I've got a sparkling root beer.
All right.
Ooh, what do I got? I got a Coke Zero.
So you're on Peacock, Smo
Yes.
Mike? Smo Mike! Smo! That's how you'd always say, Smo Joe!
I can edit my name, right?
To get the two of us, we're gonna fight Kurt Angle,
Kurt Angle.
and he's only got a 8.3% chance of winning. You get the 46 intros.
What happened to Punk? Oh, I thought he was using like a cane. He's using his luggage.
I thought it was like a Daredevil T-shirt too. I was for a second.
Here's a picture that what are you going by? Oh, Magnum GR News. You're merging the gimmicks. You're merging the gimmicks. Magnum is for people who aren't in the know. Magnum GR is Magnum TA's gimmick nephew. But here's a picture right from Toronto.
Yep,
right,
we're here live from Toronto.
I'm like
We're live.
I got 7-second delay, so I'm behind you guys.
Oh, are you? Oh no.
Yeah.
Why?
It just now it's showing the Royal Rumble press conference. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. We're on Netflix, me and GR. So the story behind Magnum GR News is he was originally what was it, GN News? I think we named it GN News. GN News because you were the kid. You were the kid, as the American Dream would say, the kid. He's the new guy. So he got the crap gimmick, and he proved himself. He got over. After a while, he got over, and we repackaged him, baby, as the chosen one, as Magnum TA's nephew, Magnum GR.
Magnum GR.
But he's combined the two. Like he's the TNA right now.
With just a little bit better breaks.
Right. All right, now we got our intro. So
this is going to be a long show, so feel free to hop in as you please. And we're going to be having possibly more guys join us as we go on. Probably not. It is wrestling. It is modern wrestling.
That's true.
They've done a good job, I think, in the last calendar year of building towards this WrestleMania season. I'm not gonna come down on it too hard. I'm not gonna say it all makes sense either.
I always
batting 1,000, but
even though I don't watch much modern wrestling anymore, I usually catch the what do they call now, live events, special LEs. I don't know. They used to be called pay-per-views. I still catch those, watch most of them, and I usually get pretty excited from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania.
I'd say I'm on the same boat. Like, I do listen probably weekly to the Raw reviews from Post Wrestling.
Yeah, so, those guys are better than the show.
Yeah, I don't watch the show, so I just use that as a thing. So
keep track of what's going on.
I grew up a little bit with those guys, so I just give them their due and listen to what they say.
Yeah, it's Bob the Lariat Hansen. I got something for you, Bob.
Oh no!
Something special just for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bob the Lariat Hansen.
Yes.
That's all we can play. That costs $100,000 right there to license.
Oh,
right. Been demonetized.
Where's TK when you need him? What's going on, guys? Good to see you, Double M. Mike,
good to
what's
see
going
you.
on? Magnum.
Oh, nice
Magnum
to see you. Nice
GR is Magnum TA's gimmick nephew.
Tremendous.
I'll upload one sec. I'm gonna upload a picture. So hold on. There we go.
I'm Samoa Mike because that's my favorite Girl Scout.
I don't know how to put it as my display though. How do I don't know. There we go. How do I do that?
I don't know. There's like 3 dots next to your microphone, and you can change profile picture. Bam Bam.
How do I got it?
Yeah.
The Bam Bam poster that I'm currently trying to sell.
That's how that works. Huh?
We got people pouring into the chat. Good to see you. Good evening. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
I'm so used to being in the director's chair. I forgot to switch over to see those. I was like, what? There's nothing in the chat.
Hey,
what are
good
you
to see
talking
you.
about?
Remember you from the Armchair Directors reviews. Good to see you, bud.
I'm the guy that's never seen an '80s movie in his lifetime. But would
Mag, do you think we're going to see any of the three-way dance guys tonight?
Well, one's busy, with
Hollywood,
getting some points, Hollywooding.
Tubi
the other one's probably watching the rerun of the first episode of Survivor. And the other one just disappears all the
Survivor. Time. Okay, you guys want to do some predictions? I made where is it? I made a spreadsheet. How do I do this? Here we go. That's how you do it. Okay, check this out. They don't call me the work for nothing. I put in the work.
We got to pay you for this. Holy crap!
So we're gonna do some predictions as we go here, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the night is the first undisputed. What is this called? Retro Wrestling Tribe, the first ever RWT Western States Heritage Champion.
That's at some point we get to wrestle the guys from Southpaw.
All right, so first match is the women's tag. It looks like
no, women's chamber.
Women's chambers first. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
What are your predictions? I predict Alexa Bliss.
What do you think, Bob?
I think well, the winner of this is definitely with Rhea because they're doing Tiffany and Charlotte, correct?
Yes.
So Alexa's definitely a popular choice. I don't see them putting Alexa head to head just for those face-to-face promo pics with Rhea because Rhea's like 1.5 feet taller. The Liv Morgan thing is over, meaning in the sense that it's ended, but she's still the safest bet. This is the toughest pick of the night. I don't know. Who else is in it? Bianca? I'm sorry that took so long on this prediction. I know I made this way longer.
No, please. The more you
this
talk,
is the hardest
one
of the night.
The more you talk, the less I have to. So,
okay, and also, by the way, we're about to watch 6 entrances, so I think we have the time.
Yeah.
Right, well, there's Michael's pick, Alexa Bliss. We've got Bianca Belair. We've got Naomi. We've got Bailey.
You know why I picked? I guess I should explain why I picked Alexa Bliss. Like I said, I don't know much about modern wrestling. I know she just came back.
Yeah.
And I know she's fairly popular. And that's solely the sole reason why I picked her.
Merch?
Because she got that return pop, and they always do that, right? Big name comes back. Let's smash her over. And I don't know who anyone else is in this match.
Yeah. I think the new owners and whatnot are so I guess they should be. They're so big into the merch and the pops and everything else, especially and that kind of stuff. I don't think Jey Uso would be in the main event without that kind of boost. So it's possible that Alexa, just to sell them dolls, could very well be in. I don't know. She hasn't really had much microphone time since she's been back, so I think it's kind of odd. So Bianca or Bailey, I guess, and I'd have to pick one. Roxanne will do well, probably take someone out, but she can win in defeat. She doesn't need to win this. I'm gonna say Bianca.
Yeah, your pick.
Some shenanigans, Jade Cargill's what happened to her, who did it, who done it, kind of thing, why, and I don't think they'll do Bailey and Rhea because they don't want to split the audience right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Bianca.
Okay. Small Mike.
I am taking Bailey because she's on the right show to begin with, so they don't have to juggle the roster or anything to adjust it.
Is that how you spell Bailey?
Bayley.
Yeah, that's right. It's all the Y's.
Bailey. Okay.
But Roxanne Perez here, I think they're going to make her look good. I think Naomi and Bianca are going to be tied up with the Jade Cargill stuff. Liv Morgan's a tag champ, so I don't think they're going to push her back into that boat. because Lord knows we're all done with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley at this point, right? It's thank God over.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of those matches because I haven't seen any of those matches.
Match wise, Liv Morgan's come a long way in her career, and she basically would just roll over and become a weakling against Rhea Ripley. So I'm not a fan of the two of them in the ring.
Is Bayley back to being a face?
He is a face
again.
Yeah, but she's not like the old hugger. It's just kind of like, I hate to say because I love Bayley, but it's kind of bland. She's just like, hey, remember you hated me for a while, and now she's just her, and people just like her. So
she's
it's just
face Tracy Smothers. She's just there,
right? But she's doing great work, and they could very easily move her off of that if they needed to.
Okay,
so she's my pick for this.
A good pick. You need a Bayley in this match also to like. Sometimes, like, that's why, like, a lot of times in most recent years, Natalia's always in these matches, but you know she's not winning. You need someone in a match just to make sure, like, 6 of them with this chaos you just need to make sure it'll go right. So you always put a Bayley or, you know, like I said, for the last 10, 12 years, a Natalya in one of those, like, 6 women ladder things, just so, like, someone knows what the hell's going on and puts everyone in the right place. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley, you know, has an extra little bit of double duty going on in this match.
Good to see you, Boba Wave. Okay, Mag, what's your pick?
To be honest, I was thinking somehow I was hoping for Io Sky to get in this match and win and go against Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Now I feel like maybe she'll just take out Naomi before Naomi's. Is Naomi in this match? I don't even know.
Naomi is in this match, yes.
So it seems like she's gonna be one of the first 2 starting based on this on Bianca coming out. So I was gonna say Io Sky takes on Naomi and is in the match, but I'm gonna say I'll have to stick with. I think they're gonna go Bianca and Rhea, so I'll go Bianca as well. I wanted it to be someone else, but I can't think of anyone else.
I think Bianca's going to be wrestling Jade Cargill, so I just don't think she's going to win this.
All right,
that could happen too, yeah.
And I'd like to remind the audience we are live from Toronto. There's a picture from Magnum's. Is that your brother?
Oh yeah.
So that would be Magnum TA's other nephew.
Oh, the audience is perfectly still.
It's Magnum SR.
That's a picture live from Toronto.
They're resting.
Yeah.
They're resting, Bob. They've been there a long time. It's been a long afternoon. It's cold outside. They're resting.
They've seen so many video packages.
Ruben Assassin thought my channel just got hacked. No, I just like to do a bunch of different stuff. So I think every time I do anything wrestling related, I lose a bunch of subscribers, which is
that's silly.
I love wrestling. I love so you lose them. I love wrestling. I don't just love wrestling. I've said life is wrestling. Like you learn so many life lessons. Bob knows.
Win if you can, lose if you must.
Always cheat.
Always cheat. I like Jimmy's look because he's wearing my wife's underwear. WrestleMania 6, Steve Allen.
Listen, Gorilla, it's only cheating if you get caught.
That's right. That's right.
We recently took a couple months off over at What's on Joe Mind, and we actually had more subscribers when we came back 2 weeks ago than we did when we left.
So you know when I say life is wrestling, everything in life can be applied to wrestling, or wrestling is a mirror of life.
Right.
There's this expression that Corny keeps using. How can I miss you if you never leave?
I was just going to say that.
Pop. It's the return pop. You go away and you get they miss you and you learn a new hold and you get the return pop, the Road Warrior pop when you come back.
Right. And when my brother put our guests in the figure 4 last week, through the roof.
Well,
yeah, Liv's too much fun. That's why I still say tag belt or no tag belt. The safe bet is her just for constant heat and promos, but they did do it to death for like 9 months. So it's time
I can't do that match anymore.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm just saying, I'm trying to think, think like someone who's only looking at numbers.
I mean, the wild card in all this is Roxanne Perez, because God knows what they're doing with her.
I think she just has to. She gets over in defeat, just like the Rumble is. I think that's the maybe take someone out, but either way, maybe just be in there a long time. Just look good, and gives her bragging rights, gives her a promo point to talk about, like pretty much forever. She's already been in the Rumble the longest of all the women, or something of that nature. So it gives her. So when they think of, hey, so and so needs to talk for 3 minutes, well, here's your first minute. Say that again. So I think that's just another. Roxanne doesn't have to do anything but show some of your stuff and then get out.
Hey Bob, I just responded to your DM. I said that's okay. Take your time.
Oh, thanks. I made it. I was feeding the dogs. Chloe had her chicken pot pie, and Odie has his beef stroganoff. So I need to make sure that they had their meals before I sat down to watch Men in Tights.
Men in Tights, sans Kevin Costner or whatever.
Yes, the film. They're the one. They're watching it on a different TV.
That's another one of those, late '80s, early '90s movies that I haven't seen.
I have never seen it either. I was just, I've been watching. I'll just tell you, it goes faster that way. I've been watching on Amazon Prime. It just came out, a digital release, A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic. I've been enjoying. I got 20 minutes left of it. I've been enjoying that film so far. A little bit Bob phobic though. I'm a little concerned. He doesn't look like a good guy at all, but that's not important right now. A lot of Bob shaming going on in Hollywood.
Well,
there's Bob shaming going on in life, in the world in general,
and I don't care for it, frankly.
Awful.
It's not a lot of Bob.
Bob, I'm not a fan either. No, I'm not a fan of it either, Bob.
Oh,
they got
shit.
Builders. They got a furniture store appropriating my culture. I can't stand it.
Right. If you have your predictions for the match, folks at home, by all means, put it in the chat.
We already have a surprise here.
I don't have any volume on, so I'm just like winging it with you guys. Someone's very upset. Oh, here you go.
Anytime I do anything, Bob, once again, this is why I say everything comes back to wrestling. I always call it in the ring.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, wait a minute. Here might be where Io Sky steals the last spot.
Like sometimes when I do a Toy Guys Talking, I get asked, so is there like a script? Is there a list of questions you want to ask? And I'm like, call it in the ring, baby.
There we
and they go, what does that mean? I don't know what you mean.
Well, I think we got an answer, folks. Because I have no sound from the PLE here, but I think I could fill in the blanks.
Oh,
Jade knows it was Naomi, clearly.
Why isn't your sound working? You can turn it up.
I can. I don't want to.
Go
tell
for
me
it.
if there's an echo. Tell me, and I'll just turn it down.
StreamYard's gotten pretty good with getting rid of echo.
Yeah,
okay, so,
and plus,
I mean, my TV my TV's 3 feet away, and the volume's up, and it.
Okay, so is mine. You guys are cool. I'm not causing an echo.
We're more like ECW here for this particular promotion. We're more ECW than WWE.
I don't know if I agree. We can pass a drug test.
I was thinking if we had to start late tonight because no one showed up, I was just going to say, sorry, someone failed a drug test.
If Io Sky gets in this, she's my pick.
I think. Oh no, this is bad. I love Io Sky. By the way, I'm a huge Io fan, but I think this is better the way it is. I like what they did here. As much as I love Io, I think
people. Yeah.
No, because Bianca's helping so much, and she's stuck in a pod. She's selling like she's heartbroken. Like Bianca didn't know. Oh, okay.
That kick to the face was a stiff shot.
Number 9.
She wasn't in this match, was she?
Jade Cargill? No.
Sorry, I've been busy answering emails and messages from people who.
This is the first anybody's seen of her since October.
She's been off TV for a few months, so there's a mystery of who attacked her. Of course, Naomi replaces her. I'm just going to play catch up.
I'm trying to coordinate. I'm trying to coordinate participants for tonight's Royal Rumble.
No, there you go.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Naomi was replaced Jade in the tag team championship duo, and now, of course, it's revealed that pretty much Jade believes Naomi is the one who attacked her and left her laying. And which makes sense because then Naomi benefited from that. So I kind of see what's going on. And it was so the way they were having Liv and Raquel blatantly deny it was them. It was so obvious it wasn't them. So they did a little mysterious whodunit type of thing. And I love Bianca here again because she's heartbroken to find out that either her friend got brutalized or she thinks her friend did it or something. So there's it. Wow.
How's it going, Draws?
The fans getting in.
Hey, Draws.
You guys picking up my echo? I think I can turn this up a bit. There we go.
Everything's through my headset, so hopefully I don't echo.
Sounds good to me. Hey, guys in chat, if you hear an echo, let us know. Not that we're really going to do anything about it.
We're just curious.
We're just curious.
Liv is wonderful here too. She's just being no one's touched anyone in the match anyway, and there's tons of heat. This is so awesome. The show is good. Yeah.
No, being an old school fan, I didn't see much lady, and it'll always be ladies wrestling to me just because I grew up in the 80s and it was always called ladies wrestling. What do you guys think of watching the ladies, shred each other in a cage?
I definitely agree that in recent years, 2 ladders, 2 cells, 2 chambers, 2 rumbles does kind of take the steam out of the second one, which is usually the men's. In this, I love the way they're doing it here because they just started with this crazy hot angle. And what brilliance to have Bianca be the next one. She's the most heartbroken, distraught, and she has to come out and she's getting killed by Liv. Normally, Bianca wouldn't get killed by Liv, but they've told the story Bianca's head is all messed up, clearly. So they're giving Liv an excuse, every heel is 2 weapons, the ring and the referee, and you have to invent the rest of them. So Liv
I like that.
Is this is one, and Bianca's fighting back because she's a super athlete and like 8 inches taller than Liv, let's be honest. And she's pissed off now too. So we gave her fire, and we can't predict the winner still. So the way they're doing it, as long as it's 2 stories and the spots don't repeat themselves, you can do it. Women shredding each other in a cage. I don't like to see them bloody messes.
I can't stand seeing them blade.
They really don't anymore. That's more of the peanut gallery on the other channel there.
Here's what I don't get, like when the guys go on blade. I mean, especially in the old days, Harley Race and Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk, and these were not, even though they were handsome. Some of them were handsome, like Harley Race. They weren't pretty. But the girls come out in these beautiful outfits with the makeup and the coiffed hair, and then they start sawing on themselves, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like Gorgeous George, okay, to use a male equivalent. It's like Gorgeous George sawing on himself. It goes against the gimmick.
I don't think blading is too much a part of the women's game, just because.
No,
I mean, I don't want to sound chauvinistic here, but sex appeal is part of the game for them in a lot of cases. So I don't think they're willing to scar them. I don't think they're hesitant if they get busted open the hard way.
In recent years, they don't need it. They got because like people like Liv are getting heat. So what do you need the blood for?
Right, like physicality is not a problem, but
it's a part of everything.
I don't think they're cutting themselves. Yeah, I don't think they're blading on purpose.
The sexuality is a part of everything, though. Like even in the men's, you got some of your anomalies where, one of my favorites, the American Dream, didn't matter what he looked like. But then you got, a lot of the guys who were in fantastic shape, even without a lot of in-ring talent, got over. Like, they always say Warrior, right? Or Luger, even though like Luger was good. In 89, Luger was damn good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get enough credit for how good he was in 89. Maybe it was a very short run of being good. But I mean,
pre-narcissist WCW Luger was out of sight.
I love just going back sometimes and watching 89 WCW, and like I'm shocked at how good he was that year when he was the heel US champ chasing the heel world champ Ric Flair.
Right.
Great stuff.
But was he offered to pose and play girl? That's the question.
Dusty?
No. Dusty was on the cover of the first issue, but
Dusty was a weekly feature.
Made the most thick arm from play girl, play the
just the sex appeal. Like it was, I'll even say when I was a kid, I was like, I'm a little bit younger, I think, than you guys. But like when I was growing up watching wrestling and I was like grade 4 or 5, the girls would even talk about how sexy Shawn Michaels was.
Yeah.
Like even the 10-year-old girls that would watch wrestling either with their brother or with their dad or whatever, like, oh, Shawn Michaels is so sexy. I'm just like, okay.
Well, Corny's always going on about it on his podcast, right? It was about getting the guys in to watch the matches, the violence for the sake of violence, but it was also about getting the girls to come in with the guys, to enjoy the show.
Wow.
Any Kane marks here? Kane fans. Kane's great. He's a good big man.
Good.
I like him as Fake Diesel personally better, but
Isaac Yankem,
I'm more of an
DDS.
Isaac Yankem guy. Yeah,
he made the final 3 of Royal Rumble 1997. Okay, you can't take that away from Fake Diesel.
He actually made Bret Hart look good in his match with when he was Isaac Yankem against Bret Hart. Someone actually made Bret look good.
Yeah.
Kane was Glenn Jacobs by any name was a talented guy.
That was sarcasm, by the way. Bret Hart's one of the best ever.
I agree. I don't think he's in this, but
Bret's so great that when he talks about how great he was, it does not come off as like lack of humility at all, because he was actually is being humble. Bret is actually being humble. Right. When Bret talks about, a lot of guys had their best match against me, Bret's being humble when he says that.
He might be underselling it.
He's underselling it. That match, I think that was a 9 out of 10. No, Bret, it was a 10. It was a 10. Stop being so humble.
I have an interesting Bret story, like from me and Bret. So the infamous 4 out of 10 interview about Triple H, I was right behind the camera watching that interview. It was done at a Toronto Legion where he was there signing autographs and stuff, and that's when the interview happened about the 4 out of 10. And we were listening to him being interviewed. I can't remember who was interviewing him. I don't know. It might have been like Arda Okal or one of those people from before. And the 4 out of 10, we were watching and we were just laughing our asses off.
That was awesome. He's so dry. I love how dry his sense of humor is.
He's Canada dry.
Like when they ask him about Goldberg and he just says he's a piece of crap. And then next question. or Hogan.
Right. He's still mad at Goldberg.
Hard to blame him. I mean, it was an accident. It's been apologized for, but I mean, when you carry the repercussions,
it cost him a lot,
on a daily basis. I mean, for people who say let it go, I mean, it's physically impossible for him to let it go. So I think he's doing a great job coping. I don't fault him for
the way.
That's why they like Bailey. She laid all her stuff in. She got Roxanne in a pod. She just laid everything in. All those forearms were tight. There's no daylight in them, no nothing. There she goes. Kicked it right to the head. Yeah, she lays all her stuff. And Liv and Charlotte gets a lot of them too. When we're talking about the women bleeding earlier. Whenever one of them naturally has like the traditional busted lip or busted nose, then it's kind of like those I like on everybody because that's just more real. It's not just the mask of like
no one blades their lip, right? So is TNA more of like the ECW, modern version of ECW now with the hardcore?
I haven't watched enough of it to give you an answer. Yeah.
Lex is able to, Lex has been doing DDPY and he's I've been seeing the progress videos. He's wheelchair bound, but he's making some progress with DDP.
But, the original
the mayor of Knox County, I think. Knox County, Tennessee.
Correct.
The original TNA is on the show tonight. Trish, part of Test and Albert and Trish TNA.
Well, they're in Toronto, so are they doing? Is it and I'm just guessing because it looks like they were advertising this. Is it Trish and Tiffany versus I'm assuming Nia and Candice? Am I correct?
That's okay. That's what it is. Yeah.
So it's Toronto, Trish. So I mean, Nia's not bumping and feeding for Trish on a hot tag. So I'm assuming Candice bumps around, eats the pin, and maybe Charlotte will say hello and cause some kind of consternation with old Tiffy time there, and
or Charlotte will cause some kind of a problem where Tiffany eats the pin.
I should have the Royal Rumble horn play every time a new entrant enters. Hey, Jared, are you there?
Yes, sir. I got my money in the bank.
Hey, Jared. Good to see you. Good to hear you.
I'll hop on cam here shortly. I'm trying to inhale this dinner.
Oh, no worries.
At least he didn't
Nice
run
thing
out
about
2 minutes early like Nikolai Volkov.
Get him on the spreadsheet, Mike. We need a prediction there.
Oh, right. Jared, you need a gimmick name. You can't be part of the retro wrestling tribe without a gimmick name. I need to lock up your gimmick name, the trademark of your gimmick name.
Well,
need to trademark it.
I'm decked out in my NWO gear, so I'm all for being Hollywood tonight.
Hollywood Jared.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And what's your prediction for this match?
I like the idea of Alexa Bliss, but I don't think it's going to be Alexa Bliss.
Take Naomi.
Oh,
Wait just a minute.
It'd be nice to see Naomi win too, but I have a feeling it's going to be Bayley.
I got news for
Bayley.
you.
Okay. I know how to spell that. Now.
Well, we tried. We tried there. We tried.
We're taking predictions, and whoever has the most points at the end of the night becomes the inaugural undisputed retro wrestling tribe Western States Heritage champion.
Here we go.
For people who don't know, the Western States title was held by Barry Windham, Larry Zbyszko, and that's it.
Nice.
That's
so
it.
Good lineage.
Yeah.
No, one Texas redneck.
I think
Western
Barry
States.
showed up with it. They just gave him a title to make it seem like he was a big deal in some other territory. Oh, wow. So, Smo, Mike, you're still 10 seconds behind. Bailey just got clocked in the face.
I'm actually like 2 seconds behind you. I heard you say, "Oh wow," and then I saw the punch. So I'm like a couple.
No,
seconds
I'm not
you.
behind
Okay.
anymore. I think I'm actually a little ahead of you.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, we're generally see when I first wanted to do this, I thought everything was on Netflix. Because Raw is on Netflix, right? And then I thought, oh great, this is gonna be so easy to coordinate. Everybody has Netflix, or it's not hard to get. And then I found out like a day before, oh, this is on Peacock in the States.
Yeah.
Been that way for a couple of years. I'm kind of used to it at this point.
So I think I'm on a lag too. I'm like way behind. Like Sergeant Slaughter just lit a Hulk Hogan shirt on fire.
Oh wow, you're really behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
A couple
difficult.
years.
Yeah.
I just saw Chris Jericho spear someone through a chamber. So
I think I am ahead of everybody because CM Punk just main evented WrestleMania.
I just saw
How many
Bob
years
Backlund.
into that? That's
I just
still
saw
many
Bob
years away.
Backlund pinned by the Sheik.
Oh wow.
You
I'm a
didn't
little
get
bit ahead as
pinned.
well. I just saw Ryan Nemeth lose a lawsuit.
Oh,
Ah,
Wait, I gotta
What is
do
this? What is this? I
When
think
you knock one out of the park, you get one of those.
that was good. I
And
was gonna say I was just watching the Hall of Fame and Janelle Grant just got inducted. But
Oh, wait just a
Oh,
minute.
man.
Ooh, that's stiff. That's from our
She
days
conducted-
working in New Japan Pro
That's
Wrestling
true.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
she got in before Vince McMahon.
Mag was so stiff that Inoki was like, "Hey, lighten up, kid.
Yeah.
Lighten up, Magnum son."
We've been watching wrestling so long. New Japan was old Japan when we started.
Stan Hansen used to say, "I don't want to work with Magnum GR. He works too stiff."
Jeez, when we started, all Japan was just some Japan when we started watching wrestling.
Just a little Japan.
It was just by the 90s, it was most Japan, and then eventually we got to all of it.
Piece of Japan. Hollywood Shapiro. I love it.
it's better than
This
Hollywood.
is my
Jared.
favorite Chambers match of the
Okay.
women, I think, ever. Because there's
We got a
story,
crippler
something-
crossface in the match.
You could go Diamond Dallas Shapiro. Well, that doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I don't have the hair for that. Also, my Jersey accent's terrible. Bro.
Bro.
And I hate to be kind of a jerk, but this match is actually like better with Naomi is very much still stuck in the diva style of wrestling from the late 2000s, early 2000 teens, and I don't know. I think this is just better with the 5 of them. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
Wasn't she a ballet for Flash Funk at one point?
Right, the
No.
This is the Funkadactyls.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Funkadactyl. I thought Flash.
I didn't know that. I'm embarrassed. I knew that.
She was
right.
Clay.
Brodus Clay.
I just remember her partner saying her favorite match on Raw was what was it? Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Oh, that was the other one. Cameron, what's her name?
That was her partner. Her partner.
Ooh.
But you see, like I just watched because I watched actually this year's Rumble twice, which I haven't done in forever. But I just wanted to see some stuff, and yeah, everything Naomi doesn't lay anything in.
Ooh.
Everything's missed. Like there's no working. It's actually this match is a bad example because there's no working in these matches. Everything's scripted because you miss one spot and you mess up the whole thing.
That's right.
But that's a pain in the ass. But nevertheless, Naomi's stuff just doesn't look impactful. Here we go. We might have something here.
So, did you guys just see an elimination?
I did.
Okay, so Samoa Mike and Hollywood Shapiro.
We're out.
You're out. You've been eliminated.
Oh, I don't like that.
Man,
Liv does that cover that I can't stand. That kind of I don't want to describe it but be that as it may, it's this leaning back gimmick that like the women always go in with their covers and kickouts. They always go in phases. Like there was an iconic Alexa Bliss Carmella NXT phase where every time they got a 2 count, they overdid the freaking out. And Sasha Banks did the old Scooby-Doo kick out pin the same time Bayley. It always drives me bananas, but they have their habits. Sorry, it was a tangent.
I just saw
one of my favorite was always Randy Orton putting the forearm right in the guy's face when he pins him.
I'll teach him. Or his poor dad had an arm injury that never healed.
So one thing I do like about modern wrestling, more than old wrestling. So there wasn't that much blading in WWF when I was growing up, and I didn't see NWA until the late 90s. And then when I finally started getting some old tapes of NWA, like in WWF, you could go into the cage a couple of times without getting busted open. Sometimes there wouldn't even be any blood in a cage match in WWF. And then I watched some old NWA or like 80s NWA, and I didn't understand why every time a guy got thrown into the cage, it was instant gusher. Instant. Like first minute into the match, Ronnie Garvin thrown into the cage. He doesn't even take a header. He does the protected thing, but then it's a geyser. And then Flair goes in and it's a geyser. And those War Games matches, like first contact with the steel, instant. And I was like, man, you guys are supposed to be tough. How come you're getting sliced open so easily?
I think 92 War Games, whichever one had the Dangerous Alliance.
Oh, that's the best one.
I think it's all 10 of them, or it's something crazy, or it's close to it. It's 8 or 9 or 10 of them, but it's a lot. I
think Wyndham did a few gigs.
I'm sure. I have no idea, but I haven't seen it in a minute. But I just remember that one especially. I'm like, who isn't bleeding in this?
Well, it's funny that you say that they get like hit the first time, but all the other hits for the next 45 minutes don't produce any extra blood. It's only that first hit of the cage. The first hit is the cut. Nothing else ever gets cut.
So can someone fill me in on this whiplash move she does with her hair? Because like they always zoom in later and there's like this big welt.
Yeah.
Is this like?
I think it's a shoot. I'm not kidding. Because she's got these like all these wacky hair ties and wraps. Oh, they did the obligatory women do the Tower of Doom spot every time there's more than 2 of them.
Right.
There it is.
Basically she has a kendo stick on the back of her head. It just whips people with it.
Sasha got a nasty one. I'm not calling her Mercedes. I don't care.
You know, it'd be
Sasha
funny.
Got a nasty one a couple
It'd be funny if
back.
the Sandman came down and grabbed her hair and started whipping people.
Oh, jeez.
He grabs her hair and starts hitting against his head like it's a beer can. Yeah.
You know, you just reminded me. I do have a can of root beer.
There
here,
you go.
But you know what? It'd have no effect because I'm wearing the chainmail.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Samoa Mike will do with the Canada Dry.
That's right.
It's funny that we've got how many Canadians on here? We got 2 Canadians, but the American is drinking Canada Dry.
There you go.
Did that cost you like $18, Mike, with all the new tariffs coming in?
No, because I think it's still just made by the Dr. Pepper people.
Oh, okay. It'll cost us $18 to drink it.
Right.
As we asked.
Besides, I'm only in Indianapolis. We're not that far from Canada.
Bundy Hogan, WrestleMania 2 cage match.
Arguably the greatest match of all time.
You could argue that.
Yeah, I don't have any real arguments to back it up.
Best cage match I've ever seen. Hogan, Saturday Night's Main Event versus Big Boss Man. Hogan did a superplex off the top of the blue cage to Boss Man.
That one was awesome, dude. But I got
on the wrong side for the record. He hooked the right instead of the left. I'm gonna nitpick. I don't care.
I just remember as a kid, like I was like 4 or 5 years old. I'm like, Hogan's all just boots and punches, and now he's doing a suplex off the top of the cage. What the hell's going on?
I still think the best cage match. Well, if it's like just a cage match, regular cage match, it's Bret Owen, Survivor Series.
Wow. Yeah. Bret Owen,
Hollywood, great. Bret Owen. But like if we're talking plus any other stipulation you want to throw on it, I love that Magnum Tully Blanchard I Quit match in the cage. Not because of the work rate and all that, but man, that was raw. And at the very end, I've never seen a finish like that where Magnum is like stabbing him and Tully is screaming, yes, and then he lets him go and Tully keeps screaming. He keeps screaming, yes. Like he's not just hurt now, he's traumatized by what just TA just did to him. What your uncle just did to him, Magnum.
He tells me about this story all the time.
And then TA, your uncle, Magnum, goes over and he's gonna finish him off. And then he composes himself and he throws the stick away, right? The steak away. It's like, okay, he's had enough. I just got carried away there for a second. Like in terms of the emotionality, man, that one is off the charts. Oh no. Okay. She's pulling the Sandman we were just talking about.
See, I told you it's gonna be Liv.
Well, it looks like it's either gonna be no points for anybody.
There we go.
If Liv wins or Bianca.
I think they just set up Liv and Alexa for Mania or one of the night because there was a little Rumble tease too. So I think with that pin, so that's why I'm sticking with Bianca now. And Bianca hasn't taken anyone out, and Liv's got 2 eliminations.
Man. Brutal.
That would be like 8 blade jobs in a row right there.
Yeah,
it's one way to use the hair.
And Liv is the one bleeding from her back after all that.
Look, she has taken a beating in this match. I'm impressed.
She had a nasty cut on her eye like 2 weeks ago. Did you see that on Raw? Liv did.
Bianca is a cut above. She's like she's one of those that when you watch her, even like for a wrestling fan who's not really into, or for someone who's not into wrestling, I think you could watch Bianca Belair and feel like you watch like a real hard-hitting match that you traditionally see more of the guys do.
She's a great athlete.
She's like Beth Phoenix, just powerful.
Yeah.
If this match was like WrestleMania 1 or something, will we have like Goonies in theaters coming soon in the middle of the ring? Like now we have to watch that in the middle of the ring. I hate these ads.
I don't know if you guys heard the rumors about Vince trying to start some other wrestling organization, but I'm 90% sure it's seeing the logos in the ring that inspired him to do it.
Oh,
that makes sense.
This takes some getting used to.
I'm sure his new company will have an X in it somewhere.
Except
next week there's a debut of a wrestling movie, Queen of the Ring, and the logo in the middle of the ring is for something called Novocaine that not a single one of us are going to go see.
Nope.
Queen of the Ring starring Jim Cornette.
To be fair, my wife wants to see Novocaine. It looked kind of funny. So
I don't even know what it's about.
It's got that one guy in it.
Is that the one where
Jack Quaid is a guy that can't feel
Yes,
pain?
Jack Quaid.
Ah,
This is why I love the Regal Unlimited thing, because it makes sense to go see movies and not wait for them on streaming.
This Queen of the Ring is.
Oh, Liv's gonna turn babyface by the end of the year if she takes all these beatings and keeps coming back.
Jesus.
Oh,
she is taking an absolute hiding in this match.
Yeah, she's dying, and she's gonna get so much sympathy for it by the end of the year. Like Liv's the babyface in his match already.
Yeah,
I took all the beatings and kept getting up.
I have to tip my cap, man. She's been outstanding in this match. And I'm not the world's biggest Liv Morgan fan.
When's my pick coming in?
There we go.
I guess my pick already got eliminated.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Alexa Bliss.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah. All right. So who gets a point here? So Bob, you picked Bianca, and Magnum picked Bianca.
Yeah, I did pivot to Liv at the last second. So.
Nice.
No,
we got to cover.
Let's make them green.
There you go.
There it is.
Got the early lead.
I thought she was like probably number 6 on my list because I really thought they'd have her tied up with all the Jade nonsense going into WrestleMania.
I don't think there's time though. I don't think there's time to build up a Bianca Jade or explain all of this. I think they'll just stick with Naomi and Jade's issue, and Bianca will obviously she'll do more talking about it on SmackDown, but her story will be like, I got to deal with an upcoming Mania and this Jade Naomi thing at the same time. So that'll be like her story. And Rhea, I think she's just going to say her catchphrase. I don't know what Rhea's going to do, quite honestly.
Hey, Mag, I think I hear your microphone scratching.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So that's what I missed.
So I'm not surprised Bianca won. Like I figure it was between the two, but I just went with Alexa because I thought their whole return thing, but I guess not.
They're teasing her and Liv.
Right. They're going to tie her up with all that Wyatt 6 nonsense, I'm sure.
No, Wyatt 6 kind of disappeared. I think.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work.
Bo got hurt, right?
He got hurt, but honestly, I think months before that, their TV time was dwindling and they were kind of on the outs.
It's the Horseman without Flair.
Yeah, there's one Bray, and Bo ain't Bray. Sorry, but I love Bray, but Bo's not Bray. It's just.
What if they brought in Barry Windham, Uncle Barry?
During the height of the Fiend, like 2019-ish into 2020, I really didn't know if they're going to bring all these wacky characters into the Funhouse. I did not know why IRS was never one of them. It drove me bananas. Right there, just do it.
Yep, she had a good showing at least.
Yeah. Now Alexa and Liv is the tease, I think, just for the promos and the facial expressions. Plus, like Liv's not like a foot taller than Alexa, like everybody else is, so you can kind of put them face to face.
Liv is a tag champ too, so
right.
If we find Alexa's good friend Nikki Cross, then maybe we've got the tag.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you want a hard-hitting match, wow, these two.
Yeah, they really went after it.
We're looking at Stan Hansen versus Bruiser Brody, or female equivalent.
Just with less beard.
Oh, here we go.
Did you see the new Big Rubber Guys reveals today? Bruiser Brody. They're doing a Bruiser Brody.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus Kerry Von Erich.
Who does those? Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Major.
Yeah, that guy, awesome. He bought my heart foundation like 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I sold my mint loose heart foundation LJNs to
do you want to plug do you still have a Facebook shop?
It still exists, but I haven't put anything on there since before COVID. So it's been 5 years.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Did you see they're doing a Rambo figure also in the Big Rubber?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I guess you're going to start licensing.
He's branching out. Yeah, I'm surprised he got the Rambo license. Well, at least First Blood. Like maybe it's easier, cheaper to get the First Blood license instead of
I don't know.
Rambo 2.
How many folks do you figure are clamoring for the Rambo license right this second?
Yeah, they killed it off. They killed the territory with Rambo 5.
Thought they had a good comeback. But
You know, I had an interview lined up with David Morrell, who wrote First Blood, the first book. He was born in Kitchener, which is where I was born.
Okay.
And so I was talking to him on Twitter, and this is before Rambo 5 came out. And I said, I got this channel. I do a lot of toy stuff, but I do a lot of other stuff. I'd love to talk about Rambo, First Blood, you know, the writing of the book and what you think of the movies. And I'd love to get your take on that ridiculous cartoon that they did back in the 80s and the toy line. He's like, yeah, sure. Sounds like fun. And then the movie came out. And then he said, you know, I'm good for a while. I don't want to talk about Rambo. And I couldn't blame him. I was like, I don't want to talk about Rambo either.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good guy, though. Good guy. Anyone want to do some plugs while we're in between matches here?
I got one. March 14th, the movie Novocaine is in theaters everywhere at American movie theaters. Nicole Kidman will tell you about dreams and high fructose corn syrup. And heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel perfect and powerful because here they are.
Do you have a promo code for that movie, Bob?
Yes, under the promo code BobSquad on Fandango.com, and nothing happens.
Nothing ever happens.
A healthy 0% off.
Nothing ever happens.
Man, for a minute I thought that was the Peacock side. I'm like, whoa, what happened to my audio mix?
No, that's Bob's theme song. Hey, you got to get warmed up. We don't want you tearing your quads.
I had one in early January, which was kind of ugly for a few weeks. But
you're gonna be sitting for the rest of the show on the ground with your hands on your hips, looking ridiculous,
yelling about the 05 Rumble,
glowering at Dave Bautista.
So this is why I love doing this with Buds, because these shows, nothing against the performers. I know they're pouring their heart out in there, but it's a bit much to sit for 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes watching this stuff. This is just like UFC, right? It's a group event. So
it's always better with friends.
Yeah. We make it better. Hey, Mag, do you think we'll see Hamburglar Sting tonight?
We should get him. He's going to be there.
All these old inside jokes.
Yeah.
There was a period in TNA when Sting would come down in TNA and he would like have a different outfit every time. So one time he was dressed like Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China, like denim, Canadian denim tuxedo. So we called him like Jack Burton Sting. And then one time he came down for some weird reason. He wasn't Joker Sting, but he had like a striped shirt. Was that it, Mag? Like black and white striped shirt?
I believe it was. Yeah, that's why.
With like black gloves and maybe gloves, I don't know, but sunglasses because he wasn't painted. But the striped shirt, and we just dubbed him Hamburglar Sting that night. Hamburglar Sting.
Oh my God!
I guess there's
Will
going
they
to be.
even mention Candice is Canadian on the show? Probably not.
Is she Canadian?
Oh, is she?
I think she's from like Vancouver, something like that.
Which one?
Your mic is still scratchy, Mag.
Yeah, I'll teach you.
Yeah, I got
There
that.
you go.
Sorry.
I don't know. She married that Cleveland guy though, so
Is she married to Johnny
Gargano,
face.
yeah.
Gargano? Johnny Same Face.
That's his same face.
You know, love Brett, but you could say the same thing about Brett. Brett always had that mouth open, you know, gasping for air face. It's the face sometimes doesn't matter, especially in the old days when it wasn't HD and super zoom in.
Well, Brett would be good. Like like Mania 10 when Owen gives him the arm drag and he does like the eye roll, like okay, like Bret would have a few little
Subtleties.
perks, and just look at your Bret Hart gifts. There's always a little wink and a smirk and an eyebrow raise, you know. And this, he's got a little bit. He just kind of keeps it all.
And if you're going to excellently execute, sometimes you just need a little extra oxygen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Sometimes
you know,
I feel like that line's a good intro to some kind of promo. If you're going to excellently execute, then just whatever you're promoting.
And it's kind of funny with the Hart Foundation. You think Anvil would be the one sucking air, sucking wind, but like he never was. It was Bret.
Too busy laughing like a maniac.
Yeah, baby.
I watched a little bit of WrestleMania 4 a few days ago because I couldn't sleep, and Ricky Steamboat was forgetting. And Ricky Steamboat and Greg Valentine are in the first round. And I heard Gorilla refer to Ricky Steamboat as the excellence of execution. So I just thought it was a little.
Yeah, he came up with that.
Yeah, he just kind of he floated it around. I think it was one of those things until they just stuck it on Bret.
I feel like he came up with it way before that, like before he was even teaming with Anvil. I think when he was just in the black tights with the white stripe all by himself. It was Bret Hart from Calgary. I feel like I saw like an old Maple Leaf Wrestling somewhere, and Gorilla called him. It wasn't like enthusiastic like it would later be. It was just Bret Hart. He has that, you know what I like to call it, Lord Alfred Hayes? Excellence of execution. And it's just, but he also, I specifically remember he called Bob Orton that too. I remember him saying Bob Orton has that excellence of execution.
Yeah, I think it's a long time Gorilla-ism that just eventually just landed on Bret and stayed there. But again, if you do watch WrestleMania 4, just in the event that maybe your heart rate is too high and you just want to take a breather, there's also a fun game. As my dogs are going to bark, there's a fun game with WrestleMania 4. Count how many times Bob Uecker calls Gorilla Gino, and it's bananas.
Here's another good drinking game. Watch that, whatever King of the Ring it was with Art Donovan on the commentary crew. How many times does he say, how much does he weigh?
Yeah.
How much does this guy weigh?
Which is kind of disrespectful because there is a ring announcer who tells you this information.
So pissed off. Like you would think of the two, Macho and Gorilla, it would be Macho getting angry and Gorilla saying calm down.
Yeah.
As I remember it, it was Gorilla getting ticked off at Art Donovan.
Yeah. Well,
maybe there was an old beef there. Never settle it in the ring.
That would have been a cage match for you.
Right.
Art Donovan versus Gorilla Monsoon.
Randy
Savage as the referee.
Right. Special guest referee. Randy Poffo.
Do you guys get the same commercials? Like I just got a Michelob Ultra commercial.
No, I've got a promo.
Yeah, we got a promo package.
Celebrity Cruises.
Are you low on
I got
beer?
Celebrity Cruise. Yes. I got Celebrity Cruise here on the cock.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to fix my scratchies. I'm just going to turn it off and on when I talk.
Ah, cool.
It's too early for the toilet match. What's going on?
I considered doing like a little graphic that said piss break match, but I don't want to crap on
the other thing is with modern because pay-per-views, I can't say that anymore. With these modern PLEs, the distance, if you're home and not there live, there's enough time in between matches with entrances and whatnot. Like the last several WrestleManias, I've walked my dogs before the WrestleMania main event.
Same.
We got a
thanks for walking my dogs.
We got a prediction moment here, Mike.
Oh, this is the women's tag match, right?
Correct.
Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Let me cue up the spreadsheet. All right. My prediction is Jackson LeRae because I think that Trish is going to turn on Stratton. Now, I don't know anything that's going on with this angle, but from the little bit I know, it seems like they're setting up because last time I saw Trish, she was a heel.
You think Trish will do a heel turn in Toronto?
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be the other way.
Well, I think they don't care anymore. I think she'll waffle her partner here and get the pop, but then be a heel everywhere else. The Bret thing, right?
I don't know about that.
I don't think I'm just going with the baby faces. I think Trish came back at the Rumble, and it was just one of those things. Yeah, she was a heel a year or two ago last time, but since time passed and since Becky's not on TV anyway, and she was all over that, they just kind of went, yay, it's Trish, and also the same thing for this. I think the purpose of Trish is also giving Tiffany the rub. Like we're making sure Tiffany's a good guy now. So I'm just going with the two blonde good guys. Fun, easy win. Candace eat the pin, and everybody, go home happy. So Charlotte come out, and it'll just make it blonder, I guess.
Okay. Is that how you spell Stratton? STRA.
I can't.
Just put
Yes. Yes.
It's easy. Less letters.
And Small Mike, your prediction?
I am with you in the Nia and Candace with the win. I think it's going to be Charlotte Flair interference.
Oh, okay.
At the root of that.
There we go. Whoops, that's not right.
I mean, if you don't like my fantasy booking, then by all means, give me the small type there, Mike. That's fine.
Jackson LeRae. And Mag.
I hate to follow the guy that I'm first place with here, but I think I got to go for the Trish Pop just in Toronto, and I don't think they need Charlotte interference to promote the Stratton match for WrestleMania.
Okay.
If anything, Trish Stratus will turn on Stratton at WrestleMania to have Charlotte win the title.
And the immortal Hollywood Shapiro.
Well, Nia Jax is my wife's favorite wrestler for some reason. So if I said anything otherwise, I'd be in trouble. So let's go with Nia and LeRae.
Look, great character. Terrible wrestler, but great character.
Awesome.
My wife is not a wrestling fan.
But again, again, I see the appeal because Nia Jax is a fully formed entity. You know what she is.
Whose wife is a wrestling fan? Very, very few of them.
They're out there, I hear.
My wife used to be into she would watch, like, Cena was her favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
She never watched wrestling before she met me, and then I was still watching a little here and there. But in the 2000s, when Cena would come on, but he was like Super Cena. It wasn't Thugonomics Cena. It was Super Cena. But she just appreciated that he was this nice guy who worked hard. He was just kind of Bob Backlund, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Another great Bob.
And for someone who's doesn't know anything about wrestling, the world of it, Cena might have seemed at the time, a lot of people just were sick of him, right? But for someone who wasn't really into wrestling, he seemed the most normal of them all.
Yeah. He's a guy you can understand and cheer for, understand where he's coming from. Hey, Zaz.
Hey, there's Zazel.
He's
What
got
up, buddy?
a goofy relatability.
Another worker from New Japan in the 70s. We had some classics in the Tokyo Egg Dome. Brother. I burned my wife out on wrestling. Jared understands why.
That's my boy Reggie from Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Nice.
Manager of Champions.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm assuming Tiffany and Trish's the color of their matching gear is representative of some kind of Toronto sports team.
The Leafs, blue and white. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's a good thing us Canadians are on here live.
Yeah.
We're coming to you live from Toronto.
This isn't the same place as Mania 18 was, is it?
18 and 6.
So it is the Sky Dome.
Sky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right. So my theory is,
or is it the Sky Dome, or is it the other one?
It was Sky Dome.
They're
Rogers
at the Rogers Center.
Right.
I have this theory that The Rock wants to recreate the him and Hogan match from 18 with Cody.
Oh,
so the whole Toronto thing is kind of making sense.
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
Hey, Mag, how do you pronounce Toronto?
Toronto?
There you go. Toronto. Whenever us Canadians here, or especially Ontarians, hear people in America talk about Toronto, it's always funny because they always pronounce it Toronto. Toronto.
That's not how you say it.
It's pronounced Toronto, like the movie Tron. You know Tron Legacy?
Really?
With an O on it. It's Toronto. That's how we say it. Some people add an extra syllable, so it's Toronto or Toronto. That's it. Toronto. But that last
Are you sure
T,
you Canadians are saying the name of your city right?
that last T
I don't
does
know.
not get pronounced.
I just
No,
Toronto.
pronouncing that last T.
The
I
last
just
T is
listen to
silent.
whatever Stompin' Tom Connors tells me to say. That's what I say.
Or Gordon Lightfoot.
That sounds made up.
Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's the song that if you're listening to it, it'll never end.
I would have loved to hear Gordon Lightfoot sing some wrestling themes. Can you imagine Gordon Lightfoot singing Batista's theme? I work for males and say there's a pit of danger.
or Shawn Michaels.
I'm just
I'm
a sexy
boy.
I'm not your boy toy.
I'm not your boy toy.
You can't do better than Shatner on that, though.
Spoken word. I'm just a sexy boy.
Or Hulk Hogan's.
It's true,
Gordon,
brother.
Gordon Lightfoot singing how he's a real
I'm
American.
Real American. He could have basically done anything. Yeah.
There'd have been riots in the street, man.
How about Gord doing Doctor of Thugonomics? Word life.
You ever see that old SCTV bit? Gordon Lightfoot sings every song ever written.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it was like mandatory programming curriculum in school in Ontario.
76 trombones.
I do remember watching some like SCTV in school, like with Candy and all the other connects.
That was
I grew up thinking SCTV was a Canadian show. It was like the Toronto equivalent of Saturday Night Live. I didn't realize they filmed it in Chicago.
they filmed some of them in Chicago.
Okay, so they did this in Toronto.
Yeah. The first couple seasons before they got the deal with NBC, it was Canadian CBC programming. And then after that, they got canceled on NBC after 3 years, and they went back and did some more in Canada at whatever old Firehouse Studios or something in Toronto there.
Mm.
So yes and no.
Clemson.
The ones with the best distribution were the ones that were on NBC after Saturday Night Live in the early 80s.
Yeah.
But they did several seasons in Canada before and after.
You know, that's what wrestling needs, a good Bob and Doug gimmick. Just two hosers coming down in toques and flannel.
Isn't that what we're doing here?
That's just 5 hosers.
A live update. My brother tried to go to the superstore to buy like stuff for my nephew and for myself, actually. And the lineup is so huge because no one's watching this match. So
yeah,
he said he's gonna go back out on another match and try to get my I want the Raptors /Yeet crossover shirt.
I think I actually have something for that.
Call me crazy, but does this particular show have 3 women's matches and 2 men's matches? Am I correct on this?
Yeah.
I know there's a Cody Rock segment of some sort, but as far as just matches go,
there's a third women's match. I don't know if there's another women's match.
Io and Rhea is tonight, right?
No, that's on Raw tomorrow. They said.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Really? Oh, never mind then.
Surprisingly.
So there's 4 matches.
Not tomorrow, Monday.
Okay, my bad.
Might as well be tomorrow.
It made it look like when Io came out that it might have been on there. Yeah.
I don't know why I kept thinking, well, what are you gonna
do? Mag, are you using like raw wire? Did you strip the rubber coating on your mic? And you're just like a picture.
The headset's kind of dying, I guess.
I picture him holding 2 like copper wires, and like
if you set it down, it's just gonna pop.
I used to have this like PS3 headset until like 2 years ago that was just duct taped together for the last 15 years. But this is a new headset. Now it's dying. Just really? Today I noticed it.
Everything today goes quick too. It sucks when you find some electronic thing that would have cost $1,000. Oh no, the Rikishi deal. You find some cool piece of tech that would have cost $1,000 10 years ago, and it's like $60 today on Amazon, and it's awesome, and it works for like 3 months.
Right.
I always get frustrated when I was a teen there. Spent all my paper route money to buy a 2-speed burner for $300. And then a year and a half later, it's like 48 speed for like $100.
The Willis show with a good point there. Trish taking a Liv Morgan type beating here.
Yeah, I don't know how much work she did to get back in ring shape. I mean, she's in good shape. I wish I would look like that when I'm 49.
But ring shape,
is different. Yeah.
Because they all say it when they take whenever someone's wrestled for 10 years, 15 years, and then they retire and they come back for the one shots or the short run, they all say it. They're like, oh my God, my wind.
That first bump back, it takes all that wind.
You cannot
all
get
the cardio
back.
you want, but get in that ring is a different story.
And I don't know, do you guys know any guy who retired for a while, came back, and got his wind back? Like Shawn Michaels is one I can think of.
Michaels. You could argue Brock.
Edge.
Yeah. So it's possible, but it takes a while.
Right. It doesn't happen right away.
And you need the
10
schedule
years?
to get it. You can't just wrestle once a month and get it back.
I would say we forget
Daniel
the old
Bryan,
Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund coming
Oh
back.
man, Bob never lost it.
Yeah, he was great.
Bob he does the chair, the step test every day, or he was doing it every day. Jeff Jarrett told a story one time when in the 90s, like he went to his hotel room, he's trying to get sleep, and he keeps hearing thump, 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 thump. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, thump, thump, thump. Like, what is that? And it's the room next to him. So he bangs on the door, and Bob Backlund opens it up, sweating. And Jeff is like, Bob, what are you doing? And Bob's like, I'm doing the Harvard step test on a chair against the wall.
I gotta say, last time I saw Bob Backlund in person, I want to say it was about 2016 for a Madison Square Garden show I went to. And he was there doing like fan greetings. Dude is still in incredible shape.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if I know he's got some I think dementia now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made it into his 90s, because his heart is just so strong. Like doing that step is all you really need. I mean, look at Ric Flair, everything he's, put his body through with all the drinking, but the guy did an hour of Stairmaster every day. And he said it. He's like, I did some weights and stuff, but it was the Stairmaster. I would party and drink, but I never missed my 1 hour of Stairmaster at the gym. I never missed it. I'd miss sleep, but I'd always do Stairmaster. And the guy's heart it's bionic.
Not just his elbows.
Yeah.
That's Lex Luger. Never mind.
Do you think Cody with the bionic elbow, like, he uses it about once a year, right? He doesn't really wear that out. He just saves it for special occasions.
That's a special deal.
Yeah,
Or if, for example, I think if a bad guy does it to him to mock him, then he'll do it back, but he won't go out of his way to do it first, so he has a reason to do it.
There's what's Rob's gimmick?
I don't think he's got one. He's just #1 Sheamus fan.
Good to see you, Rob.
Someone has to be.
He's your brother's not a wrestling fan, right?
Not a big one. No, he pretends he's less of one than he is.
We had him on,
but he's in the room.
Wrestling.
He's just a few feet over there.
Oh, he can join us if he wants, as long as he's got a gimmick.
I don't know. You got a gimmick? You got a gimmick?
Samoa Rob.
He's got
Samoa Rob.
No, he doesn't like the cookies.
Rob Samoa.
You could come up with a Samoan gimmick, I guess.
He's just it'd be lame if he called himself the Thin Mint, but that's his favorite Girl Scout cookie. So,
right. Well, he's got a gimmick. What am I talking about? Rack Time Rob. That's his gimmick. Okay. Well, I'm wrong again.
Stretcher rack. Torture rack time, Rob.
So
speaking of torture racks, you haven't watched the Lex Luger interview that Chris what's his face did. It's incredible.
Yeah, I listened to it. Lex. And just to wrap up this thing, we got points for look at that. Magnum and Bob are neck and neck for the first Retro Wrestling Tribe Western States Heritage
I was wrong about this. I thought Candace easily Candace is the one who eats the pin, but they must be serious about. They don't give Nia too many losses ever because her own bloodline there. But yeah, they must be serious about Tiffany to put her over Nia and risk angering the P-Jar guy.
I don't think Nia Jax giving back a win after the 2024 she just had is too big of a problem.
No, I don't either, but I'm just surprised they did it.
The Luger interview is really, really good because, like, you know, people have crapped on Luger for a long time. And he even says justified, you know, for his part in Elizabeth's death. And there have been some wrestlers who started thumping the Bible. And I mean, as you know, the good book says, judge not lest ye be judged. So who's anyone to judge what's in a person's heart and if they're genuine or not for their, you know, love for Jesus Christ. But I mean, all of his friends say there's this incredible change in Luger. And then you can see it in interviews. Like, he is not the same person he was. They always say, like, you know, when someone becomes born again, they glow. It's like, if you want to see an actual shining example of that, shining, so to speak, it's Luger, man. The guy's beaming. He doesn't seem like he's working to me, that he's like, you know, doing the God gimmick now. He actually seems genuinely at peace.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I listen to him and it's like, it inspires me the way he talks about his love for Christ. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's definitely a different person than he used to be. And like you said, he glows. Everything seems genuine about it.
He's genuinely happy. And this is a guy who used to look one of the best bodies in wrestling, top 3 bodies in wrestling ever. Definitely top 5. And he lost it. He lost it all. He can't walk. And he's happy. He's grateful. He wakes up grateful every day. And it's just, man, you know, a lot of people have, you know, they think they have problems and they let it bring anxiety and stress to their lives. And here's this guy who can't walk. And he wakes up grateful every day that he's still breathing. It's really inspiring.
I think when you come so close to not even having that so many times as Luger has, you know,
and he even says in the interview, like, him not being a quadriplegic was a miracle. The doctors said straight out to him, this makes no medical sense. You should be a quadriplegic. You should not be able to move what you still can move. And so it's like, it's an actual medical miracle.
I just heard somebody screaming yeet, so I had to look away.
Yeet.
But
Jarrett's just south of 60. Jarrett looks amazing.
Yeah.
Especially also, he's had his, you know, substance abuse issues, and he's made a great recovery too. Indo Nerd, how you doing? Has Trish Stratus pulled a muscle yet? I don't understand the reference. Does she do that a lot?
I don't know.
Stevie Richards had a great story himself. Yeah, I was a Stevie fan awesome. Back in ECW. He's got a good YouTube channel doing an analysis.
He's apparently fairly new to the podcast game, so everybody's hearing some of his stories for the first time.
I remember I was a fan of his before the vocal cords got shot. He got I think the story was he got hit by the Funker with a chair and it hurt his neck and he had to have neck surgery. And so they went in through or around his vocal cords for the neck surgery. And that's why he sounds like that. They ruined his vocal cords operating on his neck.
Yeah.
Speaking of people new to the podcast game, I checked out a few of Maven's YouTubes the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Get some interesting tidbits from behind the scenes from Tough Enough and his 2 years on the road with WWE.
It's pretty amazing. Like Maven, like you never know anyone in the wrestling business could hit it big on YouTube. Anybody, because Maven of all people. So, you know, George South could start a podcast and get like Cornette numbers. You just never know. I mean, look at what's his name? Dutch Mantel, right? Dutch Mantel was never like a huge name in wrestling, and he's got one of the top podcasts going today.
it tends to be the guys that either everybody hated or everybody loved, doesn't it?
Or just the guys who were around everybody, because everyone's dead. So now, like, who's left? Who's left that can talk about them all? So there's Dutch talking about Randy Savage and Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler. Like he's kind of like Forrest Gump. He's just seen everything.
Yeah.
Maven's YouTube is a lot of fun. Yeah, he does seem like a genuinely nice guy. Is this Toronto? Toronto.
What was that? Toronto didn't look like it.
Toronto.
Such an American. That's one of the things they're going to tariff. They're going to tariff that last T you guys pronounce.
That extra syllable.
Every time you pronounce it, you got to pay an extra 25 cents.
Keep laughing. You'll be the 51st state soon enough.
I just remember one year at the All-Star game, they lost Joe Carter's uniform. And so they had to make a Toronto Blue Jays uniform for him, and they spelt Toronto wrong.
Oh, no.
On his jersey. So
and
every now and again, it'll be just a gag with me and my brothers that it's Toronto.
That's a nice belt Cody's got, but it doesn't compare to Big Gold.
No, nothing compares to Big Gold. I wish they'd bring Big Gold back. These WWE belts are terrible. They're a disgrace.
Did you ever see the Bret Hart video where he was pulling the winged eagle out of a bag? And I don't know what it was for. Bob, you know the video I'm talking about?
I was munching on some food. No, actually, I don't. What was he doing?
He was, I don't know. It was like for some Facebook video or something. Not like a show, but he was pulling a winged eagle belt out of a bag, and it was for, I think, a giveaway or some kind of charity event or something. And so Brett is saying, what I got here is one of the most beautiful belts in wrestling, much better than that piece of crap they use today. Like
it's an eyesore, man. It's like you're gonna forget what show you're watching.
The fact that he can't help himself.
But it's true, though.
Yeah, he's right on the money.
He's always right. Brett's always right.
Got it.
Right. So, are you guys familiar with the Rock's latest insertion of himself into the situation about how he's trying to usurp the entire title picture by making the main event about whether or not Cody gives him his soul?
I'm glad you bring that up, Bob, because I've actually added that to the spreadsheet. What is your prediction of what will happen? Will Cody say yes to selling his soul to The Rock or no?
I'm going to say no.
Bob says no.
Just to be optimistic. I really have no idea because this is all a big pile of crap.
I mean, you could go any direction you want. You could say that Dustin shows up, Goldust shows up, and they both up. Like whatever you want to say could happen here. But I'm going for the predictable outcome here.
Yeah.
Mike.
He's gonna say no because they're gonna keep playing him as babyface white meat guy. But what I would like to see happen is for him to say yes and slowly turn back into heel Cody.
Is
what I've been waiting for the whole time?
Would that make him a dark meat babyface if it's a slow burn?
I would make him a chicken thigh babyface. Yes,
dark meat babyface. Is there such a thing? Is that a term?
So we'll go with
dark meat baby. Okay,
Cody's an innovator.
Mag.
I'm gonna say Cody says no. I have a feeling this whole Punk is owed something is going to lead to like The Rock backing the Punk after Cody says no, and hope it's going to be Cody and Punk.
Yep.
And no Cena.
I was trying to, I'm not sure if it's going to be Punk in that position or Cena, or a three-way Cena, Punk, and Cody, or Rock, Punk, and Cody. Like it might be a three-way if Rock is thinking I can't really go one-on-one anymore. Give me a third guy in that match.
That makes sense.
I'm wondering if Logan. I think Logan gets Cena or Logan gets Punk. So I think it depends on what do they want to do with Logan at Mania.
Yeah,
They've teased Logan and Punk already, and I wish I really don't want. I want Punk and Cody, but they have started with Logan and Punk a bit, so I kind of feel like Logan and Punk is a probability, but not a lot, by like 60-40. But I think that's what makes the show better than it's been in several years, is that we really, just like the Rumble, we really can't definitely pick a winner. So it'll be good. The soul thing is going to end up being the stupidest thing on a program.
Hollywood, what's your prediction?
So I'm going to paraphrase one of the Willis' show's friends when I say wrestling business is all about the mothers and the kids. Cody is too hot right now as a babyface. I don't see them doing a heel turn.
Cody says no. Clean sweep.
Agreed. They won't do it, but I'd love to see it.
It's just like the John Cena heel turn. Everyone wants to see it, but it sells too much merch.
Right. I was never that big on Cena turning heel because Cena was kind of bland. Like, he was smart alecky, but there wasn't a ton of character there. Cody's got a little bit more depth simply because everybody around him has more depth, right?
I don't know. I loved basic thugonomics Cena.
He could switch it on and off. Like, if he could just overnight just go to Dr. Thugonomics and be that nasty, risque heel if they wanted to. But he had too many of those Make-A-Wish things to do, and I don't fault him for that. Like, that's more important.
Still does.
The thing is, though, I don't know if he gets as many now as he used to, or anywhere near as many.
I don't know either, but
yeah, I mean, he still keeps himself pretty busy. So
this is true. Cena has not won a match in 3 years. It's good if you're on the way out to be putting over young talent, but I think Cena may have gone overboard because, like, the guy never wins. It doesn't matter anymore.
You're not putting anyone over. If you're losing a bunch of matches, then you lose to their top guy. You need to beat, when you bring that hero, that legend back, they need to beat some upper middle guys. They need to beat somebody so that when they do lose to a newer top guy, it means something. Like, if The Undertaker lost a bunch of matches before losing the streak to Brock Lesnar, it would be even sillier, really. Like, you need to beat somebody. So yeah, I agree. Cena's got to win some in order to put someone over for real.
Yeah. So Willis Show says Cody is actually a great heel, but there's no money in him being a heel.
Right.
I mean, it makes me think of The Rock, who came back and people just crapped all over until he started being the final boss. And people were like, oh, this is awesome. And they love to hate the bad guy. The bad guy's cool. So maybe for Cody and Cena as well, like, maybe there is money, because, like, I'd rather see, especially since Rock came back and now he's back to being, company representative Rock. Like, no, give me final boss, man. Please, more of this final boss.
Yeah, I'm with the Indo nerd. Final boss is the best Rock ever.
Yeah,
I didn't care for the Rock back in the Attitude Era. He was just he was this smart mouth who was, kind of offensive, and if it wasn't for the it just, there was not a ton of appeal there for me. But Final Boss Rock, love Final Boss Rock.
We got some more predictions to do here. It looks like Sammy and Owens is up next. I got Owens just because, and none of my logic booking is making any sense tonight. But I thought if Owens did that job just last month at the Royal Rumble, they can't have him lose again 1 month later. And that's why I went with Owens this month. Get his heat back, brother. Bob?
I'm going to go with you on Owens. I think Sammy's, as the ultimate underdog, Sammy doesn't really need to win any matches. Or he doesn't need to win this one. On the other hand, there's the whole unsanctioned gimmick, yada, yada.
Oh, it doesn't count. It's not official.
There is some heat to saying, there is some heat to saying, well, Sammy can win, and Owens can go, well, no, not officially. You never beat me.
Right. I feel like AEW did that recently.
Oh, ugh. Well, maybe they'll do it right here. Yuck. Gross.
I'm kind of sad they didn't do this last match. Like, okay, the official event has concluded. If you would like to stick around, now it'll be an unsanctioned match.
Right. And then when it ends, some sparklers can go off.
Right. Yeah.
You know what? Call me crazy. I'm going to go with Sammy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna take Sammy to go against you, and now I don't know what to do.
So, okay. Well, you think about that, Mag. Mike.
I'm going KO, and I'm going to say it's because of a heel turning Randy Orton.
Really? Okay.
There's no way we get through this last year of Cena without a Randy Orton match. So
okay,
Orton's got to be a heel for that. So,
and Mag, you need more time.
I want to break the tie, so I'm gonna go with the KO. And actually, it's similar to what Mike was saying. Orton's gonna come. It's gonna look like he's gonna help Sammy and just kind of beat down Sammy. I know we already had that with Jade Cargill earlier tonight, but I'll take Owens.
Okay, and Hollywood.
All right. So I've been a Kevin Owens fan going all the way back to his Ring of Honor days. He was Kevin Steen, and he tagged with this generic luchador, El Generico. And they had a falling out, and it led to years of amazing matches. Now, from what I've heard, El Generico is back in Mexico City, either in prison, trying to kill the imprisoned drug lords, or working in an orphanage. I've heard both. But whatever happened to him, the Sami Zayn guy, I see him and Owens having another series of matches. And the best way to have a rubber match between these two would be on the biggest stage of them all.
Ooh.
So I think Owens is going to win, and Sami's not going to let it go. And we'll see more.
Okay. Yeah, Sammy reminds me so much of El Generico. It's kind of uncanny.
It's uncanny.
It's
not him, obviously, because he's not wearing a mask. But.
It's like Dynamite's nephew and Dynamite Kid. It's like you cloned El Generico.
It's funny. Someone sent me a picture of him with El Generico without a mask, and I swear I can't remember the face. Like it was just a blur where his face was. So
he's got a very forgettable face.
Out of focus.
Very generic.
Speaking on this one, I went to an ROH show at Ted Reeve Arena here in Toronto, and was watching the main event. I was right near like the concession stand and that way to the back. And this guy comes out, short hair, red beard or whatever. I had no clue. And I was sitting right at the edge. So I started talking to him. We're talking while we're watching the main event. I would find out years later when he joined NXT that it was unmasked El Generico. And I was just like, had no idea I was talking to El Generico while I was watching the main event. Because he'd wrestled a few matches earlier. I had no clue.
Did he look like Sami Zayn?
Short-haired version of Sami Zayn, the original Sami Zayn. I didn't know. Like they look similar, but they're like definitely very different style wrestling, everything.
Yeah, I agree with Indo Nerd. Roman's. I mean, it was going to happen. You take the belt off a guy who's had the belt forever. It's going to lose a little bit of steam, but I'm surprised how much steam he's actually lost. The whole time because of his health. That's true. But just the booking has been like, don't put Roman in the Rumble and have him lose it. Just keep him special. Make him an attraction.
Like Hogan was. Makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. Roman could have been the new Undertaker or Andre. He could have been, the new Bruno, the attraction.
Should have put him on commentary like 1986 Bruno.
You pick the garbage, and he just starts attacking somebody.
Elizabeth, tribal chief. A movie star.
You look like a movie star.
You look like some movie star.
I live in Pittsburgh.
Why doesn't David have a title yet? What's going on?
I love old school wrestling fans. Retro wrestling tribe.
Both of their beards are epic enough at this point. They could have a beard versus beard match for Mania.
It is like Mr. America and Hulk Hogan. They were very similar. I was like Dan Spivey and Barry Windham, just so similar. Both Frenchmen from Quebec. It's pronounced Quebec, not Quebec. Is it cold there? I think I can see Sammy's breath.
That's year round. You can see his breath. He's not very well kept.
Just halitosis.
Yeah.
Locking up is terrible.
Wow, Sammy is in amazing shape.
That's the most tan he's ever been. That's why I think he's winning. He's tan.
Nice.
He's really tan for this.
This is cool.
He needs that Hulk Hogan tan, though.
It looked like Owens was trying to pull him out. You know, that spot where you pull a guy's belt and pull him out of the ring, and Sammy just didn't go with it. I like when these two work because they don't do your typical choreographed stuff. It looks like a real fight.
There you go.
So does unsanctioned mean no lights or something? Like, what's going on here?
Apparently, it's a lights out unsanctioned.
Unsanctioned means how it looks in Madison Square Garden when there's matches.
Yeah. Or Maple Leaf Gardens. The David San Martino reference was not on my bingo card. Well, you can get used to it because it's the retro wrestling tribe.
Yeah.
Right. Clearly, someone is not a What's on Joe Mind watcher.
Yeah.
I got 3 pages of Greg Gagne jokes. We're just going to do this.
And who thought we'd hear a Dan Spivey reference? But there it was.
I work with a guy named Dan Spivey. I make Dan Spivey jokes on the regular.
It would be awesome if it was the actual Dan Spivey. You know what I mean?
No, this guy's considerably shorter than that 6'9".
Because that would be hilarious. Hey, Mike, you want to go out for lunch? You know what I mean? Just everything is sinister.
Go get the car, Dangerous Dan.
You know what I mean? Great,
not pretty boy Dan Spivey.
I heard your podcast, Mike. Great show. You know what I mean? What do you mean?
I remember the amazing tag team of Dan Spivey and Chico Santana. One time only, Saturday Night's Main Event 1985.
That's Hollywood Santana.
Needed to get a refill on my Canadian beverage of choice.
He's currently shooting Suburban Commando 7 for Tubi right now.
Yeah, it's a shame Suburban Commando never got a sequel.
I think that's on the Roku channel.
Oh, man, it needs to be a Netflix series.
Arguably the greatest film ever made.
Yep.
Arguably.
Netflix.
I don't know who's going to argue that, but
the Suburban Commando cinematic universe.
Listen, if they gave us 6 seasons of Cobra Kai, you're going to give me 2 seasons of Suburban Commando.
You know when you go to the theater and they have the quotes up on the screen? We went in to something a couple weeks ago, and the quote was, "I was frozen today." I was like, "Suburban Commando," and everyone looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh,
look, Hollywood, they weren't wrong. You are crazy. You just got to
work for me, brother.
You got to embrace that, brother.
Sometimes you got to be a little crazy.
You got to be a little sick in the head, brother. Ooh, come on.
Oh.
I figured we were going to get quiet during this one because this is the one everybody wants to see.
It's the good one.
I want to see if someone uses that big prime bottle. It's going to happen. It's going to be the unsanctioned match.
This reminds me of I did on my Patreon watch along commentary thing for the Star Wars Holiday Special, which I had never watched from beginning to end.
Oh my god!
And it was
so terrible.
It was not just bad. Like I've heard it's bad, but I actually felt sick when I was done. Like literally, I felt physically disoriented and queasy. Like it's not just bad; it's weird. You know, it's psychedelic in the worst possible way. It just messes you up, man. It messes you up.
An adult film at one point.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was weird and twisted and just weird in a bad way. So
George was enjoying.
We're talking the whole way through this thing. The point is, the whole way we're talking, but then that Boba Fett cartoon comes up and silence for basically the whole Boba Fett cartoon because we're actually watching something great for a change during this thing. And I think that's this match.
Why are they cheering for a hockey? Why are they cheering for a hockey stick? They're in Toronto.
What do you call it when Chewbacca makes an error? A Wookiee mistake.
And Mike, I appreciate the effort, the dropping of the final T. Toronto.
I'm here drinking. I'm on my second can of Canada Dry. It's starting to just come out on its own.
That's 2 syllables also, by the way. Canada.
Okay.
Canada. I love how Tucker Carlson pronounces it Canada. Canada. And Ottawa. The capital of Canada is Ottawa. And it's actually the correct First Nations, whatever Indian, native pronunciation is. Ottawa. He's correct.
Yeah. I ain't doing anything that guy tells me to do.
The Ottawa Senators. Oh, no. Oh, he's biting his freaking nose?
No, I'm off.
They're friends. They can do that.
Come on now. You knew that. That's a play out of his book under normal circumstances. Come on now.
Imagine if he bladed his nose. Has anyone ever done that? Blade their nose?
I'm sure Ric Flair has.
Yeah. Probably
It's too much starches. You got to go down.
They're dreaming if they think they'll become will become the 51st state. Baby,
nobody actually thinks that. Just speaking as someone here in the speaking as somebody here in the States, nobody actually thinks that. Just it's all good.
It's the art of the deal. Ask for
no
a lot
would win.
when you actually want the compromise. He doesn't want Canada. He just wants I don't know, Prince Edward Island. He wants those potatoes.
Unrestricted access to Alaska.
So since it's unsanctioned, if someone gets hurt now in the crowd, are they out of luck? They can't sue the company?
Correct.
No. They signed something.
I wish they would just.
It's the same as it would always be, Mike. You're at the mercy of the insurance of the Rogers Center. So
I can't get over the big guy in the Yeet shirt. I don't know if I should feel bad for him or be happy he's in public.
There's little nuances I think you could do to sell it more as unsanctioned. Like it's still clearly a sanctioned match that's being broadcast.
They turned out the lights. I don't know what else you want from them.
So the referee is wearing a black T-shirt. Have you noticed this?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not wearing a striped shirt.
Yeah, because technically this match is being called by an official, not by a referee.
I'm sure if Jesse Ventura were on commentary, he would gladly tell us they turned out the lights so we didn't have to see the crowd.
My dog is loving this match. He's saying, wow.
Mine are too. They're unconscious. They're loving every second of it.
Draws wants them to move over to the concession stand.
Yeah, you got to hand it to wrestling for single-handedly keeping the aluminum trash can business going.
Right.
It's true.
I don't know if I've seen one in my life outside.
No one buys them except for WWE and other wrestling companies.
I saw one at Canadian Tire not long ago. That's a store we have here in Canada.
Weird.
And yeah, I picked one up and I was like, would this actually hurt?
Maybe they stopped selling them because dudes kept picking them up and going, does this hurt?
Doing the Sandman gimmick.
Handed them
We're just tired of dumping out the trash and throwing it.
Hand it off to the wife, Here, honey, belt me with this one, would you?
I'm having flashbacks from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Oh dear.
Concession stand brawl all over again. Was that a concession stand?
No, that was a table in the middle of nowhere with no vendors with beverages on it, mixed types of beverages. No one single. Yeah, those tables, no one's selling those. What are those for?
Did you see someone stack the cups upside down into a pyramid just to make it look like there was more crap on the table?
Like they were just playing beer pong in the middle of the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I just noticed the referee now. Yeah, he's like a UFC official.
Yeah.
That's a cool touch.
Yeah, he's only there to count 3 on a pinfall or stop the match in case of a submission.
That's
Did
a
someone get gig?
Oh,
I saw they put
it's
the
not
black
just-
gloves on.
It's not just
I
to the
haven't seen it play.
death.
It is not to the death, sadly.
Oh,
So it goes to pinfall, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just a no holds barred match with a goofy name on it, really.
So why make it unsanctioned instead of no holds barred or false count anywhere or
I
quit?
talked myself into it. I worked myself into a shoot. I really think it's so Kevin Owens can lose and say he didn't officially beat me.
That makes sense.
That's really that's all I got, honestly.
That makes
just so he
sense.
can do just so he can do the bitch promo for a few months and they never beat me.
But when you're doing a series, the next match is supposed to be one you want to see more than the one you just saw. So
I agree.
Why would a sanctioned match be more appealing than an unsanctioned match?
I don't know.
This one's official. They're going to get paid for it.
Yeah. I
Hell in a
think
Cell,
this
maybe?
one eats up a lot of time.
That's a good one, Jared.
I'm sorry, was it? I missed it. Yeah.
Hell in a
Hell
Cell.
in the Cell.
At Mania, though?
I mean, this is here, though, so they could do the talking segment next. And those elimination chambers are kind of a pain in the ass to set up. So,
yeah.
They did it at Mania before. Not that anyone wants to remember that match.
There's been 2 cells in the Mania. Well, 3 cells in the Mania. Undertaker wasn't all of them, actually.
I just had an idea. Do a little bit of armchair booking here. Here's how you really sell it that this is not WWE has washed their hands of this. Here's how you do it.
Yeah.
TNA. It's a TNA sanctioned match.
Oh, boy.
Because NXT wouldn't have quite the same
Yeah, I know.
feel to it. But TNA is this like, do they own them? No, but they're partnerships. So it's
I'm just
more
waiting
of
for
a,
TKO to buy him, though.
it's more of a separate
Yeah.
company, but they're really in the WWE circle now. But if they had a TNA ref there and put TNA graphics up, oh no.
they're saving that gimmick for when they do Nick Nemeth versus Dolph Ziggler later this year.
One of them ain't showing up. Coward.
I genuinely believe there just wasn't enough time on either WrestleMania night to give them this match that they wanted to do. And they're like, all right, let's but it's too long for Raw or Saturday Night's main event, and there's not enough time for Mania. So I think they were kind of like, this is always oh, good God.
We got to get the Willis show on here. Anyone who makes a Jimmy Garvin reference is cool with me.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you want me to do a run-in? I can shoot him the link.
Give him the link. Yeah, bring him in. He just won me over with the Jimmy Jam reference. Yeah.
they should have had like these guys wrestle as Steen and Generico and just be like, "This is why it's
That would have been
unsanctioned."
unsanctioned. Yeah, my dog likes
Yeah,
that idea.
exactly.
That'd be a great idea.
There's always a moment where you remember that Sami Zayn is actually a great athlete.
Oh no.
You're like 10 seconds ahead of me. I just saw Zayn is being picked up. He went through the 2 tables.
No, my dog's pooping on the carpet. That's what
no.
I'm reacting. No, I'm kidding.
shoot.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I was reacting to the chair spot.
oh dear.
It's a good chair spot.
Yeah, I'm lagging even further, I think. Probably because of the time zone.
I thought you're back on Jake the Snake versus Ted DiBiase for the $1 million belt.
We're up to Jake and Martel and
there it was.
Just finished the Muck of Avarice promo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't want to spoil things, but
Yeah.
when I was talking about those little nuances that they do to each other in the match, after eating that horrible spot on the chair, Sammy smacks Kevin in the back of the head. Like that's something that would happen in a real fight.
I love it.
Just anything. Oh no, more poop on the carpet. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, stop the damn match.
Owens keeps taking this. He's done it twice in the last year. These goofy bumps on a ladder that's turned up on its side. It's hard to explain, but I don't know why he's not. How he's walking.
Oh no.
It's pretty much his signature is taking that sideways ladder bump.
Oh,
this is amazing.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I just saw
He
Owens
kicked
take
back.
the backwards suplex on the chair in the folding position. Good God.
That official is
that
everyone.
That chair is broken in a very difficult fashion.
That official just unofficially got wiped out.
These guys are no younger than 40, these two.
Oh my.
I think they are both 40 years old, yes.
This is amazing. These guys are delivering.
They took out the 2-tan referee. He's so tan.
Was that little Jarrett running out? Little Jeff Jarrett?
Little Nate.
Little Nate.
Yeah, I see Little Nate.
Woo!
Oh, come
They do
on
not.
now. You don't got to do that.
Oh,
Oof.
cleaning out Little Nate.
That's heat. They love him.
I love
People are
KO,
losing
man.
their minds. Yeah, they're going to need the long Rock Cody talking thing to calm everyone down so the chamber has a chance to follow it.
To kill the crowd, yeah.
Our
so much-
WWE official checklist. Who's on deck?
Man,
Yeah.
this is fire. That was a heck of a sequence.
Does someone have to take the black shirt off of the original official to make it part of the unsanctioned? Because these guys have WWE logos on their shirts.
Good point.
These
Have
guys,
sanctioned,
yeah,
I
they got
guess.
to take off the shirt.
They need to send out Jessica Carr. The people at Snickers don't want them hitting the ladies.
I'm surprised the Prime bottle hasn't fallen over yet.
Oh, if it's in that thing, only gets knocked over in Logan's matches, so they're clearly very protective of
It
Prime
used to
stuff.
He could be
be.
in the chamber, so
It
unless they
used to
bring it
be.
in.
Yeah.
It used to always be KO knocking it over, but then they told him to stop.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So now he doesn't go near it.
I could see Punk walking to the chamber and knocking it over, but again, it has to be a Logan-related thing going on.
This is brutal.
Remember the old days of seeing who's in the front row at the Raw shows?
Yeah, who you see?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of characters out there.
I see in the front row. This is a fun game. But usually we do this when we're bored, not when the match is just awesome. But
That's true.
Bottom corner, blue shirt, glasses, white hair. That's convention Sting without the makeup, because Sting has said he's not going to paint his face up at conventions anymore. So there you go. Bottom corner is convention Sting next year.
Yeah.
There's always got to be a Sting, right?
Yeah.
The one that's in the blue Elimination Chamber hoodie looks like a mixture of old Steve Carell with old Ray Romano.
Well, I thought that was Sting. That's the guy I'm saying is like
I know.
Convention Sting. Like no paint.
I thought you said the right side. Sorry, this guy was on the left side of the hard. Sorry, I mixed them up.
Yeah, the left. Yeah, in the blue hoodie. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no.
That dog poop again? Like, what's going on over there? What are you feeding him?
They're killing the men's chamber match. You cannot follow this. This should have been the main event.
Well, that's why we're gonna have the Rock rattle for a half an hour.
Can you have an unsanctioned match as a main event though?
Yeah, I mean usually they are. I think the last one I saw it was the last match. I'm pretty sure it was an AEW unsanctioned match. Where they concluded the show and they're like, okay, the following is unsanctioned.
Right. Yeah.
What was it? Moxley and Eddie Kingston comes to mind.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think so.
I think
they didn't shut
Sting
the
and
lights
Boss
off.
Man have one once. And Sting and somebody did. Or was it Boss Man and Vader? But they didn't call him the Boss Man. He was the boss. Whatever.
The Angel, Guardian Angel.
Yes, one of those. Here's a fun Elimination Chamber fact. Not only is it a popular pay-per-view or premier live event on the road to WrestleMania, it's also a nickname for my bathroom. How about that? Had to get that joke in. I make this joke every year. You'll never think of this event the same way again.
I want to rock!
Jim Garvin jokes.
Jimmy James, Daddy.
That was good.
Don't forget to get one in for Ronnie Fists of Stone Garvin.
Oh man, convention Sting next year is really into this match. 2026 convention Sting.
Who's this gentleman in the suit on the outside? Anyone?
Is that Axl Rose in the pink jacket?
Don't tease me. That's my man.
Bottom.
I don't know. I don't see him.
It was bottom, not on the screen now. Oh,
Drama.
I think I saw the arm of who you're talking about.
pink jacket, really long, red hair.
I see the pink jacket. I might have a different perspective. Yeah.
Oof.
I might have a different ratio than you. But I see
He's
the
a video
arm.
guy. I just have to say, I appreciate that camera work.
Oh, no, Axel cut his hair way shorter lately, but yeah. How does
this feed is behind, so he's still got long hair.
How does Axel Rose search the internet?
How?
With his browser. I'm so happy.
There he is. Axl Rose.
Is he coming?
Right behind Sammy.
Sting and Axl Rose, didn't they do a duet?
I think so.
Not that Sting, and not that Axl Rose.
Oh, it was wrestler Sting with singer Axl Rose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't they do one of those 5-song LPs?
I remember Sting and RoboCop.
Yeah,
That
right
is a
after
team.
that.
Oh no,
That was a good match.
that was a team. That team needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Sting and RoboCop.
Yeah, does RoboCop get into the celebrity wing of Hall of Fame since we're running out and they still won't
He
give
should.
Cyndi Lauper one for no reason?
Well,
He should.
running.
They'll induct him along with Kevin Eubanks on the strength of his picture perfect diamond cutter in the Jay Leno match.
No. Now, can Owens quit?
Oh, Jesus.
Can he just quit?
He
Yeah.
can. I don't think he's gonna.
It's such
I
a
don't know.
lame
You know how-
finish.
Whoever pulls out the barbed wire usually gets it used on them. So
It's such a lame finish when someone quits before they get hit with the weapon, though.
Yeah.
And then they get it anyway. Wow.
That's
Who's
like
this
hitting the
7-Eleven?
jackpot.
Who's this 7-Eleven Skinner in the ring holding a barbed wire chair?
Skinner. I met him at the last Hamilton Comic Con.
Oh,
Nice
nice.
guy. Yeah, nice guy. Steve Kern. Really nice guy.
Ah,
Oh, that's the turn show up. Okay.
I don't think Skinner gets a great value version.
Unfortunately, that's the picture he had there because that's the only thing he ever did in WWF, right? So he's like Hawk and Skinner. And I dropped by to chat with him for a minute and I said, fabulous ones, man. Like, it's too bad you have to hawk the Skinner thing, but that's what you're most well known for, but fabulous ones.
why would they were never going to sell a seat with barbed wire in it to a ticket paying customer. Like, who would want to sit there? Like, I don't understand why it exists.
Is Owens going to start screaming, my eye, my eye?
Some generic person put it under the table. Oh,
I think he actually is. I think you're right.
Oh.
He is.
I like the
I'm
champ
gonna
on the front
need new
row.
carpet.
Capable of seeing.
Yeah.
So that's today's nonsense Kevin Owens bump.
the shoulders
Drop
weren't even on the
toe.
mat. That
It
shouldn't have
can't be
counted.
real barbed wire.
Can we get an
It's gotta-
ECW champ?
Nah.
It's got to be rubber.
Sorry, sniffed in the
Nobody's KO's shirt's pretty torn up after getting hit by it though. So
I sold that Facebook.
The gimmick is if a little bit of it's real, but most of it isn't, it just leaves enough marks to give you the illusion of. I think with like thumbtacks, like a bunch of them aren't real, but
It's dulled. Okay.
one or two of them is. So they go in and you go, okay,
I think they gimmick the tips, like they bend them.
yeah, I think so.
So a few will stick in their boots for sure.
Right, yeah, you get a few in there, but
I guess maybe not Skinner. Maybe like Terry Funk, circa 1985.
oh, that sucked.
Jack Disco says he wish he could join us, but he's at an outlaw mud show right now. hanging
Tune in from that.
in the rafters.
boy howdy, wouldn't you know, won the pony. Wow.
Missing a hell of a match.
It's amazing. I think Brett would give it a 5 out of 10.
Nah.
No, this is probably more like a 6.
Brett would hate this match.
And he would be right. By the time he's done, we'd be like, he's right. It
Got a
did
point.
suck.
Yeah.
Does Brett really love anything though?
Gaz
Besides
is here.
himself.
It's the human
What up,
suplex
Gaz?
machine, Gaz.
Yeah. That took me a second, but
He likes-
No, Taz is the human suplex machine. Gaz is the human drop toe hold machine.
He likes another guy that's gimmick starts with L, not El Generico, but El Dandy.
He's
El
the
Matador.
he's the human Beal machine.
El Tandy. Oh,
Oh man.
say what you will, but that little guy could go. Hot belly and all.
The crowd
Johnny
is
Knoxville.
just
yeah. Oh.
the crowd is aghast.
But I can only half tell, but I bet you, and I might even rewatch this over the weekend. I have enough time. But Michael Cole sounds tremendous here. I just want to give him props because he doesn't get enough. I think I could tell Michael Cole's losing his mind, and probably because frankly, Pat McAfee is worn on me. And if you're always freaking out all the time, none of it means anything. But Cole is really helping make this some magic. So I might do this one a rewatch tomorrow just to see how he goes about it.
To be fair, McAfee freaking out over everything just seems to be how he just handles things.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kurt Angle's son. Holy
It
shit!
can't be Christmas every day, though. If you go, 100 miles an hour all the time, that's brutal. Then it doesn't mean anything. I think that's unfortunately that's where McAfee has gotten with me. It's like, okay, you're just going to scream like a lunatic if Naomi does a drop kick. Like, okay, let's calm down now. We got to build there, Daddy.
Kevin Owens getting to it and at it.
Oh, Kurt Angle's son is down there.
I'm getting exhausted watching this. This is like Cody and Owens. From the
Yeah.
Rumble.
Let's get a 3 count going. Oh wait, Gregory Helms is already there.
He follows me on Instagram.
Yes,
It's pretty cool.
He does.
Yeah,
cool.
he liked one of the he liked one of the mashups.
Hey,
Vader and Metallica, something like that. And like, I just got a follow out of nowhere from Gregory Helms.
Oh,
wow.
damn.
You
Him
know
and I
what
made up,
matchups
by the way.
you can rounds.
Indo Nerd says that Michael Cole tried a French vanilla from Tim Hortons.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Same. I mean, I know what Tim Hortons is.
Right.
Sounds
We used to
very
have
Canadian, whatever it is.
when I lived in St. Louis, we had Tim Hortons for a while.
Oh, there
We
it
had
is.
one in New York as well. I just referred to it as the Canadian Embassy.
Fair enough.
I was incorrect. I should have gone with my first instinct, and I did not. But yeah, looks like
Well, we couldn't all
that
do
was
it.
that.
Yeah, Gaz, no problem. He's at the same Outlaw Mud show. He's working against Jack Disco. Make your money, brother.
That's right.
All right, where's the spreadsheet? Let's see here. So Owens wins.
Yeah, 2-1.
Well, finally, I got a point.
All right. I'm on the
So
board.
do we
I feel
think
better now.
that
Magnum's it looks like he's gonna take the belt tonight.
about time Magnum got a belt?
I tell you what, man, change my answer for the Cody segment.
Okay.
I got to go against Magnum if I got a chance here. So I'm going to say that Cody says yes in the worst prediction of the evening.
You know,
This is supposed to be what
Stranger things
we
have
actually feel, not trying to win a. But well, it is the prestigious Western States Heritage Retro
I was
Wrestling.
about to say, clearly you don't understand what's at stake here.
Oh, wait a
sir.
minute. Wait a minute. Kevin Owens is shoving officials and security, and I don't really care for it.
oh, he's going to get
He's given-
fined.
he's
I'm not
he's
a big
given
fan
what
of it either,
Florida
Bob.
Yeah.
to local enhancement talent.
What are those security guards?
Oh, who
But man
predicted
buns,
Orton?
Oh no.
Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, that's all right.
I did,
10
but I
seconds
thought it
spoiler.
was part of the actual match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a ref right there ringside.
Although
Why doesn't someone get him in?
Although it's going to take him like 5 minutes to come out to actually stop the senseless beating.
Yeah, I'm way back.
Magnum
things
called it
remain
because he trained under Inoki, so he's a master booker. Here we go.
No, they're losing their minds. Yeah, I just heard the Orton music started 3 seconds ago for me.
Guy won his first title in this city.
Really?
Good for him.
Hey,
SummerSlam 2004 against an anonymous broomstick or whatever, whoever the hell he beat.
I'm sure Randy's real sentimental about Toronto.
yeah.
Toronto.
He's dressed for
St.
fight.
Louis of the North for him.
Yeah. Missouri.
I mean, doesn't Owens have time to do 80 power bombs to Sami Zayn or pile
he-
drivers or whatever? on the
He's
way?
gonna go beat. He's gonna go beat on Sami Zayn. He's gonna RKO Sami Zayn right now.
Oh no,
Randy.
I hope not.
Think?
He's making his way down the aisle still for me.
The way it's taking his time, I think. Never mind.
You know, many years ago, when I was an up and coming podcaster, then falling off, I had an interview with Matthew of Botchamania, and I loved what he said about Randy Orton, who had just come back at the time. Every time he gets an injury, he comes back more orange with more tattoos, and it's happened every time since then too.
Yeah,
And more jacked.
Also, that
Is that a black string in the middle of the ring? Bianca's hair, like it's just sitting there in the middle of the ring on the floor.
Oh,
You'll
man.
see it.
No, I think it's tape. Was he using
could
tape?
be
to
the-
choke?
Oh, I thought it was Bianca's
thing from
hair.
the table.
Might
I
have been
think
using
that- I
wrist
think
Oh,
tape.
that's hand tape.
they've had some time to get that cleaned up.
Well, gents, we've been going 2 hours. This is pretty impressive. It's, I think, one of the longest streams I've ever done on my channel.
Yeah, nothing's caught on fire yet.
Give it
I
time.
got a fan running under my computer here, so. Randy is jacked. Draws confirms.
That he is.
And Draws also says, I hate this stuff. Who knows what he's talking about? A lot of stuff has happened since he wrote that.
Right.
Probably the hardcore stuff. Oh, no. Punt. Uh-oh. Now, if Owens was wearing chainmail, this would have no effect.
Or if he was Samoan.
Did Scotty ever do a spot where someone tried to, glong him or some chair shot or something, and it had no effect because he had the chainmail on?
I don't know who's doing ringside camera, but they've got some impressive shots tonight.
He is genetically jacked. Yeah, Randy is just as cut as his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton.
Or his uncle Barry Ho.
Or his grandpa, Bob Orton Sr. I think Randy's the only one that has abs of any of the Ortons.
At least his arm's not broken.
Do you think Randy's as good as his dad? In terms of in ring?
I don't know. I'd almost
Because
might be better.
Bob was so good. He's one of the best. But Randy's really good too.
I think Randy's a better athlete and has a higher ceiling.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think when he is inspired to do good work, he does better work.
Okay.
But as a baseline, no. I think through most of Randy's younger years, if you weren't keeping him, if he was in a program that he wasn't fired up about, he tended to put on some real crap matches.
And Bob could sleep through a great match. Like Bob was like Barry Windham. It looked like he was asleep in there, but in a good way. Like it was effortless for him. He would do those one arm body slams like nothing. Like just scoop the guy up with one arm and slam him.
Yeah. We got to talk to Pixel Dan a little bit. Pixel Dan has been in the ring with Bob Orton.
Nice.
and said that even in his late 50s, which is what he was at the time, he was still just a superior technician.
Didn't Bob have that hepatitis though? That
he did. I didn't ask any questions there.
Because he bled on the Undertaker that one match, and that was the last time you ever saw Bob Orton in a match.
In WWE,
yeah. By God, RKO. So we got one match left, and the segment, the Cody Rock segment.
I think I'm actually going to save this segment to the end just for the Rock.
The umbrage. My God.
They can't finish the event with a promo like a.
Isn't there some Travis
Wouldn't be the
Scott
first time.
thing too?
Oh, like a concert?
Something like that. I don't know if he's playing someone's theme. I don't know.
Hopefully it goes better than his Astro World thing.
You know, when I started this thing, I thought, how long am I going to be able to wear this chainmail? Because the longest I think I've ever worn it was like 15 minutes, a half hour. I'm not sure. And I thought, how long am I going to be able to do this before I have to switch to this? And honestly, this is really comfortable. It's more comfortable than hats and toques.
It breathes well.
It's awesome. When the guy made it and I bought it from him, he was like, it's great because it keeps you warm when it's cold and it keeps you cool when it's warm. Yeah. So I might just make it my gimmick.
Same thing.
Same
thing that darts do.
Mercy will have a neck kink tomorrow and will not be able to turn his head.
Just do the Keaton head turn
from the chainmail.
Right, the full body.
Vipa. Motivated Randy is great.
This is the latest WrestleMania has ever been on the calendar in history.
Also was the latest the Royal Rumble has been. So
yeah, well, that one was barely too. It was February 1st. It was like, but that yes, the Rumble as well, but like barely, which means this is probably also the latest Chamber, most likely. But nevertheless, the latest WrestleMania by a few weeks. It's a little bananas. Will WrestleMania season be too long? Will we be burnt out before WrestleMania? I don't know.
It's the Saudi stuff that keep moving it.
Are there any like PLEs in the middle though?
They threw the first Netflix night was kind of a mini event, and so everything got bumped because of it. And
don't forget the main event, the Saturday night main event thingies too. I think there's been two of them,
right? Right. There was one in December and there was one in January.
Right.
But like that, so it was kind of an extra January event.
Right.
And I think bumping everything forward that week put WrestleMania weekend on Easter weekend, and they didn't want to do that.
They never have. Yeah, they always go one after.
So
you don't want to compete with Jesus.
Right.
I guess they're doing two nights. I was gonna say,
Jesus is big on the wrestling, so they didn't want to conflict it while he's entertaining family.
Exactly.
Didn't they already
wrestling
have
fans love big returns?
Right.
It's true.
Didn't they have
you don't get bigger.
Vince and Shane versus Triple H and Jesus or God or something? They had that match already.
06? It was Sean. No, it was
I'm surprised Sean got along with that actually, because Sean at that point was putting his foot down. Like he was genuinely. I mean, Jesus saved Sean's life. He's come out and said
it was a big ugly.
And what I love about Michaels, wasn't a fan of him earlier in his career, but what I really respected about him was that he came back and he said, as a lot of people do, Jesus is what saved my life, and turned my life around. And he wasn't shy about it. And the truth is, like, the people who really stand by their faith, you will never have a huge following and also have a relationship with Jesus. It's not possible. Like there's two different directions. I just posted something like that on my Instagram, right? Jesus and the world are walking in two different directions. You can't walk with both at the same time. So I was impressed that Sean, wasn't shy about that, especially when working for a guy like Vince, who was, nothing but mocking religion, Jesus, Christianity. So I always kind of scratched my head about why would Sean go along with that? I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be so much worse.
Well,
Sean said, no, let's pull back here.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other issue where Sean or some other recollection of events where Sean agreed to XYZ, and on the day of, he finds out it's something completely different.
Yeah, plans change. Plans
Yeah,
change.
conveniently, like they tell you the day of the pay-per-view, and Vince is a get him in a ring, get the match in a ring kind of guy. And Sean is also still like a loyal Vince guy and a professional too. So I'm sure there was a bit of a consternation because if my memory serves, pretty much immediately after that, it was like a backlash of 06, I want to say. If my memory serves, like they stopped talking about it quickly.
Oh, okay.
Like, and because didn't they go? They like rushed up the DX reunion with Sean and Hunter. Like,
yeah,
really
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised because like that stuff. When you put your foot down, it ends. And the Bible says God will not be mocked.
Not
So
to mention,
I could see Sean saying
hated
that's enough of that, and then just
Yeah.
pulling the plug. And Sean's the
think it
type
was
of guy
the
who was like, I don't need the money. I'll go home.
Yeah.
So like, okay, sorry, we're just joking around.
Yeah. I bet they sprung something on him last minute, and he's like, "Wait, I know it was going to be this bad, or this, or whatever you want to call it." And
probably,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, "Oh, Sean, I forgot to tell you about this part and this part," and he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
And then,
well, and it's
oh my god, it looks like we are getting talking segment last.
Oh,
I hope not.
And it's so disrespectful because like a guy like Shawn Michaels and a lot of people, like we just talked about Lex Luger earlier, these are men who attribute their life. It's not just my relationship with Christ has made me happy. That's not what these guys are talking about. Like, a guy like Sean was lost, and he admits it. He's like, he was lost and on the road to death, on the road to ruin. And
they didn't have
turned his
GPS
life
yet.
around. It's like, when something is that powerful, touches you that deeply, you really want to mock it and belittle it and just make it like a trivial joke. Like, no, these people, they should put their foot down and say, there's got to be something sacred in this world. If you have nothing that's sacred, if nothing is off limits, it's not good. There's got to be something where like, okay, we can joke about everything, but do not cross this line. So draw a line in the sand. Time to find out who I am.
Yeah, you tell that to Vince McMahon, and
Looking
tell it to
back-
2006 Vince McMahon, who was at the prime of his insanity.
Yeah.
Probably not true, actually. Probably got crazier later.
It's actually Big Papa Thump.
So I did see the chamber lowering, so the fears have been realized. They actually are going to end it with The Rock babbling about souls, which is sad.
Yeah, he's going to come out and talk for 20 minutes about nothing.
Right.
Maybe turn heel and face a couple more times.
Right. Plug his dumb alcohol or his Papa Tui Target shaving cream or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see The Rock on television ever again. I am not a Rock guy at all. I'm done seeing him on TV ever again.
Who makes the call? Hey, we're putting Rock and Cody on last.
He's on some board. I'm sure he went to oh god, what's the guy's name? Not Nick Khan.
Ari Emanuel.
Ari, thank you. Yeah, I'm sure, and
I know why they're on last. They're stuck in traffic. It's Toronto.
Yeah.
Tell him, Mag.
All right, I'm gonna hit my chamber.
You can't get anywhere in Toronto. Like if you live an hour away from Toronto, it will take you 2 hours to get anywhere downtown. It'll take you an hour to get to the outskirts of the city, and then an hour on the Gardiner. Easily, maybe more.
This past summer, I went down to the C&E for some sort of bingo karaoke event kind of thing. It was before the C&E opened, and I got down to Toronto. Fine, 30 minutes. I was right getting off the 404 to the Gardiner, but the Gardiner to get to the C&E was another 40 minutes. Not moving. It was insane.
Brutal. We were going when we went to Fan Expo on I think the Sunday. We were on the Gardiner and we were going like 2. If we were moving at all, we were either like stopped on the Gardiner or going 2 kilometers. It was brutal, man.
They're trying to get Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock off of Young Street. That's what it is.
It's quicker. It's literally quicker to walk. It's quicker to park at Fairview or what's it called, Yorkdale, and walk down to downtown Toronto. or at least bike.
Again, I'm just tickled that I can take SCTV references and make jokes about a place I've never been.
Miss the days of wrestling DVDs. Those were great, man. New Ricky Steamboat DVD coming out. New Mr. Perfect DVD. Used to be a big deal for a wrestler to get a DVD. I do remember, though, it was kind of disappointing. Like, you would get the huge Ric Flair set and the huge Bret Hart set. And then you get the Brian Pillman set, which was it one disc? I don't think it was even. It might have been two, but it's like
I got two.
Some guys didn't get, or the Jake the Snake, I think, was one disc. Superstar Billy Graham's was one disc.
Oh yeah, no, I have all my DVDs here, and it was like, well, I've sold a bunch, but like you said, so many of them have got one disc versus 5 discs, Brett and Flair.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never sold my wrestling DVDs, especially with the network going away.
Yeah. So what happens to all the territory stuff?
So we gotta before we get into anything, another topic, we have a spreadsheet moment here.
That's right. Thank you. It's almost like you've done this before. It's almost like you've run the show.
It's almost as if I've done a show for 14 years.
Bob is in his elimination chamber.
I'm returned.
So
there he is.
I'm back.
so we are ending on The Rock, and
I'm back in the pod.
All right, the chamber match. I want to go Punk, but I feel Cena. You know what? I'm changing it because none of my feelings have been right. I'm gonna go with Punk, just because I feel like it's Cena, so I'm gonna say Punk. Bob, tell him, Bob.
I'm staying with CM Punk. I'm gonna stay Punk on this,
Mr. Punk.
Because my thinking is, if The Rock is going to be involved in one way or another in this fight for Cody's soul goofy thing, I think Logan's hilarious. I think Punk would be the best one to interact because if they're going to have a million talking segments, then Punk would be the best one to play with them for a few months. And yeah, maybe Cena gets the Logan match. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna.
If Logan really wants heat, he should have been waving the fleur-de-lis, the Quebec flag. Small Mike.
Come back to me.
Okay, Magnum.
Come back to me.
Trying to figure out the points. Hollywood.
No, that's not it. Come back and give me a minute.
So, as someone that's a quarter Scottish heritage, I can't not pull for Drew McIntyre in this.
Okay. That would be
He used to be the
great.
chosen one, so maybe he still is.
The odds are against him, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
I could see a scenario playing out where whatever Rock and Cody have going on is off limits, and Drew inserts himself into the Gunther Jey Uso match. Make that a triple threat.
Okay.
I could see that happening.
So who are you going with? If you don't pick something right now, I'm putting Bob Backlund.
I can go first if you want to wait for my pick. Here we go.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
One thing's for sure, Damian
Here comes
Priest
my
has the
pick.
opportunity to make monkeys of us all.
I've added it to my
No,
studio.
once.
There's my pick. I don't know if you can access it.
Ah. Okay. Cena. My original pick. And the
One
person
disc
I
set.
feel is
One
going to
disc
win.
set.
I
Well, that
think I
was like
got.
his first year or so, too.
I think I got to take Punk here.
Punk?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You sure you don't want
I was all about the
Backlund?
Punk thing. Back in the
You sure you don't want Backlund?
I a wise man told me never bet against Bob Backlund, but I can't help but notice that he's not actually in this match.
Okay, we got 3 people picking Punk. Wow.
Got a lot of punksters.
A lot
That
of
means-
support for the punker. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I thought there'd be more Cena picks, but I think Cena, this whole retirement thing, people were hoping it would be bigger, but I think it's just your typical Cena stuff that's been going on for 5 years. Like, it's
There's
just
that
going
thing
to be him
about Punk
losing.
in the main event too.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, maybe they're going to push it till another year, but he already missed last year because of injury. So I think they'll make it up to him.
I just think that you lose. Typically, there's a drop off after WrestleMania, and I think by having John Cena continue to chase that elusive last title past WrestleMania, maybe you save some of those numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is what, like at WrestleMania, I could see Jey Uso winning, and then he's got the program where he drops the belt to Cena because they don't want to put the belt on Jey Uso for 300 days.
Yeah, I don't see Jey. I do see Jey Uso winning it. This is off topic. I do see him beating Gunther and making just to have the 80,000 people doing the eat thing and just to get that visual on camera.
Right.
I don't think Jey would, nor does he need to hold it for more than a month or so.
Yeah.
Really, he doesn't really need to. He needs to. His story is kind of complete. It's kind of like when Warrior beat Hulk. Can't believe I'm bringing that up. It's like once Warrior beat Hulk, I was like, nothing for him to
Toronto
do.
Sky Dome.
Toronto.
That's where it happened.
Here they are. It was April Fool's Day of 1990. How about that? In front of 67,678 people.
Like Jey Uso winning a title it's great and all, but that after that, your first question is now what?
Right.
And I don't know if there's an answer for that. Like he's
Maybe
not a.
I believe the answer is eat.
Right. That is the answer, and that's
Could that
kind of
be
the
a reason
problem.
that Kevin Owens won because they need some like real top heels? Logan, I could see they've done little things to set up. Logan could be a keep Jey Uso busy for a month guy, but not win it. I bet you Logan will win it before it's all said and done.
That would be an atrocious program simply because neither of them are any good on the stick.
Logan,
right? Logan is cheap heat, but like you saw it last night when you had the pros in the ring.
Yeah.
Like even Damian Priest, who is not renowned as a big microphone guy, was talking rings around Logan Paul. So like Logan has some work to do before he's a real main event heel.
I will say I've been impressed with his in-ring work, even though his mic skills are
absolutely
subpar.
Did any of you guys hear the Logan Paul promo last night?
Yeah.
I watched the highlights.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's bad.
It was pretty bad.
Okay.
He had a lot of mess ups, and I think Punk could be very unnerving because Punk doesn't have the WWE cadence, and that's why he sounds better than most of these guys. I do just a second ago, I saw Punk walk to the ring, and he does look like there's a hint of boo-boo face, so my pick may be incorrect.
Uh-oh.
Unless hopefully he's working us.
Well, you know what? Dusty, we are the retro wrestling tribe. Dusty finishes are allowed here.
You can do that?
You can change your pick right after the match. Everybody goes home happy, baby.
That's right. They close a picture of the
all right, then. I got Montez Ford getting his win back from 2 years ago.
It's a Dusty finish.
Well,
you think that's Boo-Boo Face? I mean, when is it?
When he was down the aisle, when he was halfway down the aisle, there was a few seconds where I'm like, oof, that doesn't look. Once he got to the ring in a chamber, now he's pointing at this guy and that guy. He's always laughing with the referee. Well, now I'm an idiot.
Okay.
But who knows? Who honestly knows?
Interesting.
We'll find out in about 30 minutes.
This is what's great about these roundtables that pick up things that someone else missed.
He's chewing on the chain now. He has CM Punk has the chain fence in his mouth.
You're
I mean, little known fact: the Elimination Chamber is coated in applesauce.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is the most delicious of the WWE structures.
In Canada, we actually use maple syrup.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's fancy.
That's why you've never seen someone do that before, because that's that expensive tax tariff maple syrup.
I was going to say, is there more syrup because of the tariffs now, or is that not quite yet?
Well, when the superstars get into this maple syrup chamber, something's going to break fast.
Oh, look at the towel. It's got a Canadian flag on it.
The last time is now.
They have taken the words "last time," Toronto, and John Cena and thrown them all together so often that it makes me think that he will be escorted back across the U.S. border by armed guard and told to never return.
I hope whenever it's time for me to retire, I get to do like a bunch of merch and stuff for it too.
Look, man, start designing now. Who's going to tell you no?
True.
I'm sure not.
Yeah.
Still
By the
in
time it's
amazing
Tristan.
shape. You know, Cena reminds me so much of Bob Backlund physically. Like the guy just, I mean, he's getting older, but it's incredible the shape he's maintained. Incredible work ethic.
But you can't
No
let stuff go in
backstage
Hollywood.
No backstage skit with the Mountie Jacques Rougeau
I
today. We haven't done one.
gotta lose the chainmail. It's starting to
It's
feel
time.
like I'm about to.
I
start
think the
doing a
last
blow-
time is now for that chainmail.
I
It's
think
like
I'd
your
be.
own elimination chamber on your
I
head.
think I'd be okay if I wasn't wearing the headset, but I feel like I'm doing a blade job on both ears right now.
I mean, you got 2+ hours, so you certainly beat that 8.3% chance.
Okay, back in a sec.
Battling long odds. The chainmail is finally vanquished.
Who does this mean is starting? Drew and somebody? Because the last two guys who enter this thing are always the two who start.
Right. Drew and Priest?
Drew and I think Priest entered.
Oh, yeah, he is.
That's why I'm losing for Seth. It's Seth. How did we
right.
do? Drew and Seth.
How do we forget Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins is so completely forgotten by this.
Yeah. The thing is, on TV, they have overdosed us on Seth Rollins' TV time for a long time now.
Yeah.
And he's still great, but it's like, I think we just need time away from Seth.
I think it's also a bit of a foregone conclusion that he's going to be doing something with Roman.
Yeah.
So we're not thinking about him in context of this match. It's like, yeah,
Like
Seth Rollins is there.
Yeah,
Right.
he's a top name, and he's an important guy to beat, but he's a guy to beat. He's an important guy to beat, so he's a disruptor, but not the victor.
You guys want to see something funny?
Yes.
My forehead looks like Abdullah the Butcher.
From the gimmick?
From the gimmick. I didn't expect this. How do I do this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You got
man.
all carved up, Daddy. Yeah, wow.
So there you go.
When he
Live and
had
learn.
Don't
worry.
let him. When Mike had the camera off, he was just sticking a fork into his forehead like Abdullah used to do.
Don't wear chainmail for 2 hours apparently.
It looks like forehead stretch marks,
Those Ren Fair guys are no joke.
Is Drew a face paint? I don't know. He's
think
something.
so.
It was a shadow. I don't know what that is. He's got something.
I
I think
it's
I
his hair.
think he dyes his beard and hair. He's not naturally black haired and bearded.
Right. He's got a whole.
I'm glad that Punk and Drew aren't letting their feud go, because it happens too often in modern wrestling where people have a blood feud and then, I mean, they might be teaming 6 months later, but Drew and Punk are really making it old school. Like they're
Right.
It's like
There's some
Tito
legitimacy.
Santana and Rick Martel in every Royal Rumble they ever appeared in. Like they never stopped hating each other.
Marty and Sean in a few
Marty
Royal
and Sean,
Rumbles after the
that's
fact.
a great
Yep.
one too.
Yeah.
It'll never. Austin and Brett. It'll never be over.
Austin
Brett.
and Brett.
It'll never be over. I mean,
not the
that one
same.
didn't go that long, but
Virgil and Repo Man.
Virgil and Repo Man.
I don't know. I made that up.
Right up there with Flair and Dusty.
Yeah. Virgil Repo, Skinner and El Matador.
Doink
Which is
and
not the
Crush.
same.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, Dink and Luna Vachon.
Harvey Whippleman and Jameson.
Yeah. Barry Horowitz and Skip.
That's a good one.
the hole in oneer and Bobby Hardwork Walker.
What is
Yes.
what is
Holy
Seth?
balls.
What is Seth wearing? I feel like we say that every time he comes out.
I don't know.
He hasn't come out yet.
I'm not up to Seth yet.
He
Yeah.
just popped up on mine.
I don't know what you guys
That's-
are watching. I
that's
don't see
impressive.
Seth Rollins yet.
That's why the States wants Canada as the 51st state, because everything is we get everything 10 seconds before you guys get it.
exactly.
That's right. It's good being closer to the North Pole.
We can help you with betting. Who won the Super Bowl?
But now,
So I hope the Mattel guys are taking notes, because that's a good ultimate right there.
Oh yeah.
That's with the cone shoulder things.
oh god,
Wasn't this the villain from the Great Space Coaster?
Yes.
I thought he was trying to be like Starman from NES Pro Wrestling.
Oh,
No, I think he's trying to be Starro from DC Comics.
I thought he was doing like an homage to Brett with the sunglasses for a second.
Maybe, but
They look
there's
a little
some-
more macho. They look more macho man sunglasses, no?
I'm just
Remember the
distracted
Justice
by
League
his
cartoon?
pointless shoulders.
Yeah. The Bruce Timm Justice League cartoon after the Superman and Batman animated, wasn't there like the Huntress in purple?
Right.
She had a romantic thing with the Green Lantern. I'm way off here.
No. They paired Huntress off with the Question.
The Question. Okie dokie. Wasn't there a purple lady who had something to do with the Green Lantern? It doesn't matter anymore.
No, they had Green Lantern. They had paired off with Hawkgirl.
Hawker, that's right. They had
Who did not wear
romantic.
purple.
Got to
did not
ship your
wear purple,
heroes.
right.
Now, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, one of his enemies was the Star Sapphire.
Okie
She
doke.
wore purple, and she had a thing for the Green Lantern.
Oh, okay, so I think
but
that's
that
where I'm
wasn't on-
going here.
That wasn't on the Justice League cartoon.
Oh, okay, never mind then. She has nothing to do with Seth Rollins. Because that's what's a good chunk of Ontario.
She was in the
Ontario
Justice
is a-
League cartoon, but Justice League cartoon used John Stewart, the African American
Daily
Green
Show, yeah.
Lantern.
Okay.
No, not that John Stewart.
I know. I thought it'd be
Different.
hilarious. I'm the worst sometimes.
The angsty 5 foot tall guy.
Oh, that fellow.
The two beards start the event.
Mm.
Interesting stat from Big E on the pre-show. Seth Rollins is the second youngest guy in this match.
Really?
Wow.
He's 38 and a half.
Wow.
It's funny, 38 and a half looks a lot different in 2025 than it did in 1985.
And obviously
yeah,
Logan's the
yeah.
youngest. I don't know what he is. He's 29, 30, whatever the hell he is.
29, yeah.
Okay. And the other guy, the other guys are all 40 and up.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Like in the 80s, when a guy was 40, he was ancient. Like you remember superstar Billy Graham's big return in 87? Dude was 40.
Well, even into the 90s with Flair and Hogan over in WCW, people were
That's
still
right,
retired. They were in their mid 40s.
How old was Bruno when like the ancient legend came back for that last run in 85, 86?
He was
Like,
22 years old there.
Bruno.
Look, man,
was Bruno even 50 when he did that? Like I feel like 47 was considered ancient.
Well, he was born in 35.
And now like everybody,
So-
Punk is 46 or 7, Cena's 47, something like that.
He might be a little old. Might have another year.
AJ is 47 or 8.
Shout out to John Cena's first movie role in Ready to Rumble as the guy in the background of the gym.
right.
I didn't see him in that movie.
He looks completely different. He's got his old
Yeah,
blonde
he's
hair
an
spike.
extra. It's a
Yeah.
blink and you miss it kind of.
Yeah, I can't see him in that movie.
He was
I get it.
very temporarily under contract with WCW.
I tried, but I was not able to see him in that movie.
I was
The
informed
look
that would
was
not
his
be
negative
possible.
space.
But
What'd you think of him in the original Die Hard movie?
I didn't see him.
Oh,
You know, I've heard of chain wrestling, but this is ridiculous. Okay, had to make that joke too.
Punk is hilarious.
But my saying is that people got old a lot younger back then.
Wow, because even Boss Man, right? Big Boss Man, he was doing the whole gimmick in like 2002, and this guy wasn't even like 40 yet.
He was 18.
He came out of Cobb County, Georgia, and he's 18. Wrestled WWF.
Yeah.
Damn near. I mean, Big Boss Man died at 41.
Right.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have been old.
Gordy was another one. He was, I think, 16 when he started. Terry Gordy.
John Tenta's big run as Earthquake.
That's right.
He was 25 years old.
In his 20s. Yeah.
Dude looked like he was twice that old.
Yeah. Arn Anderson always looked 50.
Sure.
Right. Arn Anderson was born a 50-year-old man.
And yet you have like 60-year-old R-Truth right now still wrestling.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, The Undertaker in 1990 debuting as The Undertaker was 25. I guess he does kind of look his age now. I guess he's like 60. Maybe
Things are different. I remember looking at some old yearbooks of my brothers, and there's like full bearded kids in grade 8.
AJ's 48 years old.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, it just.
So, is the crowd dead? Are we exhausted from Owens and Zayn?
I think a little bit.
Yeah, they probably should have put the Rock segment, but I think he wants to be the go home. So
Yeah,
it's their big story, so I get it, but I don't like it.
I didn't realize in the women's match that there's no grid on the bottom of the chamber. They have like a little mat over it.
Oh yeah.
The grid's been gone a few years. It's been some years.
I've never paid attention, I guess.
No, it's been a couple. I think it's a post COVID-19 post COVID thing. They kind of just because it's a different chamber too. It's not as round. It's kind of squared off.
The
whole thing is different.
It's not a mat though. It's a hard surface.
No, right. It's not a mat, but it's not the grill either though.
Yeah, it used to be that.
Okay.
Everyone was getting hurt on that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Ow, that looks like it hurt.
Those dudes 20 years ago. We talk about the guys from the 50s and 60s being hard.
Yeah.
Those guys in the early 2000s. That was not an easy time.
Yeah, like every other guy was getting neck fusion surgery.
Right.
Like it was a knee scope. Hey, you going in for your neck fusion? Yeah.
Yeah.
When are you getting yours? Next month.
It's either high neck or lower back.
Whoa.
Speaking about the injuries, they don't talk about it. Today, I quickly watched the first episode of American Gladiators. I saw it was on Amazon Prime, and it was
awesome.
So different. They had no helmets in the first game of Powerball. The guy Nitro got knocked out. They literally said they're like, this guy's got a concussion. He was lying on the ground during the whole rest of the Powerball. It was hilarious that it was so bad that they had no helmets or anything.
That's a new chamber noise too. It's got they got a little nutty with it.
I noticed that too.
Bill's
anticipation.
I always think they should go with the old Jeopardy sound effect.
I like that. I like it. It's too bad Alex Trebek.
Batman TV show.
It's too bad Trebek isn't around still because he was Canadian too.
That's right.
He could release the wrestlers from their chambers. John Cena looks CGI to me, or like a video game character.
Yeah, he does.
In the thing, like I mean, like when you look at him through the plexiglass,
it's nuts.
He looks like a video game character.
He does look like that. Those 1999 N64 game guys, doesn't he?
Polygon type of thing.
He's also shuffling back and forth like they would, so it's kind of
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
NPC. Right. He's an NPC.
He's doing the shuffle.
He's doing the shuffle. Yeah.
There's just enough reflection and just enough distortion that it's just weird.
He's just not actually there. We think he is because we see him.
I kind of feel bad for Priest in this, and I hope they come up with something good for him out of this. Because talk about a dude with no direction.
He's the right place, wrong time, man. As soon as he started picking up any steam, just a little bit, like a bunch of new stars started returning out of nowhere. It was like Punk and Orton, and then more Logan Paul, and then Cena starts hinting around, and Rock starts shot. Like, good God, Priest could not have the worst timing.
Right, and I root for him because he's an open Yankee fan.
Me too. And then the Heat shows up, and LA Knight was still kicking around.
He's the other one I feel bad for.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another one. Just like
he's pushed right off a cliff.
As over as he is, he still can't get into the top of the card.
No, he can't have it. Then Jacob Fatu shows up on that show and is a colossal. Yeah, it's just can't. I love Jacob Fatu. But
it's like Attitude Era. There were a bunch of guys who were over like crazy in the mid card that they never wanted to push. They kept the same 5 main guys for like how many years? For like 5 years.
Right. D'Lo Brown's my favorite example out of that bunch. Dude worked like crazy at a time when you didn't have to work like crazy.
Whoa.
Any of those guys.
That dude
are
got
just so
over on the strength of wrestling decent
Move.
matches and giving a head wiggle.
Yeah, head wiggle. Had a good
This-
wiggle. Good
This
leg
whole,
drop.
this whole show, it's been like talking to someone on one of those big Vietnam walkie-talkies with Magnum every time he comes in. Yeah, I think what they should do is go through the gimmick.
Or a
Sorry, I
trucker
couldn't.
movie.
I couldn't fix it or switch it. My bad. I couldn't get a new one for the night. Sorry.
Breaker one
No,
niner. We got bears on exit 8.
Breaker Magnum GR, no problem there. Don't sweat it.
Bring it on around back of the fish and grits over.
I've gotten used to it. I'm just like expecting it now, but it's like, yeah, CB. Breaker 19er. Logan Paul's in the ring.
I got my microphone from MASH. It's literally from MASH. Jamie Farr.
Is it Logan?
Chopper's
Come on,
calling
Theo.
into radar.
What if you
We got a
unplug the
slobber
mic?
knocker here.
What if you unplug the mic and just, what are you on, a computer?
Yeah, I'm on a headset on my laptop. I don't know. It's usually a really good mic. I don't know what's happened today for. I've never used
Does-
StreamYard, so I don't know if it's through StreamYard or just a shitty mic. Some settings I have to adjust.
Does the laptop have a mic?
What I
Probably
would
does.
say,
Breaker one. Try that. Unplug the headset and see how the laptop mic sounds.
right, unplug it, like wipe your fingers over the extension and then plug it back in. Just to release the
No,
static.
just like unplug it and put it. Go to your elimination chamber and put it in the toilet.
Eliminate that microphone. I could go for one of those Madison Square Garden mics. Just hang it from the ceiling in here.
That'd be cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
That's what I'm actually using.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, I love that Damian Priest does the ear clap.
You got a loose wire.
So
Copy,
I'll
loose
try
wire.
to taste the syrup.
Oh, that sounds different. Mag?
Sorry, I had my microphone muted. I don't know why I was catching it.
Oh, can you try unplugging it and just try the
Yeah, I'm
laptop
gonna do that
mic?
now. Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, Logan Paul is attempting to taste the delicious maple syrup cage.
We're working at technical difficulties 2 hours and 47 minutes into the stream. You know what? Maybe it's about time we took a look at this. Took a crack at it. They don't call me work for nothing.
Better late than never.
That's true. Wow. That won't work, Magnum, because we can hear your feed now. Okay.
How's your American Sign Language?
That's not Magnum.
Our audio difficulties have driven Bob from the room.
He's gone to his elimination chamber.
Oh, I've had enough of this.
Cena. Who's
There's no way this isn't Punk coming in, right?
That is Bob.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, all my audio coming to the
Oh,
headphones.
you got the corny shirt.
I did.
I just noticed you're wearing a corny
Oh
shirt.
yeah. No, I had a corny shirt all day.
Cornet face.
So I'd take I needed a refreshment. I got a Coke Zero, which is none of the sugar, only half the calories as regular Coca-Cola. Go to Coca-Cola.com. Enter the promo code Bob Squad. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I don't think there's any calories in Coke Zero.
Nope.
Probably
Just
not.
Splenda.
I think I
I just-
undersold it.
I go with obscure podcast shirts.
There you go. Well, people are very happy to see John Cena hit his maneuvers on Logan Paul here.
They can see him?
In theory. I mean, they're pretending to. I think they're just playing along.
It's just Logan Paul flopping around, but they know what it means.
Yeah.
It's an educated crowd.
Yeah, I think sometimes people take that literally and they actually can see the physical human being, but they pretend they don't for comical purposes, is what I think.
Is Drew seeing Jesus?
Oh, it looks like it.
Like I pretty much that's like Saul getting up off the road right there.
Is that still doing Breaker 1-9?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Yeah.
It's all right. Now it's got an inside joke. Now it's charming.
So I point out there was a travesty of justice that just happened here.
Well, Drew McIntyre is very upset. He was
As he
eliminated
should be.
first.
He was robbed
Oh,
by the
wow.
internet guy.
He had his finishing maneuver on Damian Priest now out of frustration. So that might factor into Priest's ability to win the contest later on, is what I think.
I guess we'll find out.
No way of knowing, really.
And perhaps all that talk about Drew getting a bigger spot for WrestleMania is all just talk as well.
Whoa.
Some horse maneuver.
When Ricky, now it's Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks. Do you think Ricky Saints will do anything with Damian Priest?
They changed his name to Saints?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it caught me by off guard too.
Logan Paul is on the top of the pod people here. Oh, Nelly. Wow.
That's
Oh, that's a big bump to take. Holy cow.
where do you go if you're Damian Priest from there? That just kind of seems like
I think it's him and Drew at Mania, and then I'm out of ideas. I mean, him and Drew will have that. They're going to have that. These guys had nothing to do match. So the nothing to do feud.
Priest put him out of the Rumble too.
Right. Get him on the show.
So there's there's a beef there, but it's just nothing special.
right.
Yeah, it's not a great beef.
Just not enough time to build it up. Magnum, good buddy, you got the front door. What do you think? He's eliminating his chamber.
He's been picked up by the bear.
People
I think they're gonna be on the pre-show fighting each other.
It's so much better when you do it in the trucker voice.
Oh yeah, I'm doing over the top later in a bar. We're gonna do some arm wrestling.
I just watched that not long ago on Tubi. It's actually not a bad movie.
Oh no, it's a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
It's a
good bad.
I won so much money in high school using over the top to win my arm wrestling matches.
I'm not going to say I wasn't entertained, but it's a bad movie.
It's so bad, it's not that bad.
It kind of pops out the other side.
Yeah, it's no Suburban Commando, but it's watchable.
Isn't Funk in that movie?
Yeah, he is. And Chico is in part 8, filming for Tubi right now.
Punk's climbing the cage.
Okay. Cena and Punk.
Because that's what a 46-year-old guy who's been largely absent for the last decade and a half, that's what he needs to do.
Sorry, did I miss a Seth Rollins elimination? Did I miss something?
No, he's still in there.
Still in there? Okay.
I think he's just deceased.
He's doing that thing that they do in wrestling these days where you need a spot between two guys. And so the third guy just pretends that he's unconscious.
Grabbing a nap.
I just caught it.
There was a spot in the Rumble. It was brutal. There was was it the face-off between Seth and Roman? And there was a few guys laying on the ground forever.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's a weird development in modern wrestling that I hope goes away soon.
It's really contrived. It's like when they jump from the top rope into the group of people, right? And everyone catches them outside.
Well, just now with the face-off with Paul and Punk before he got out of the cage, that whole time Cena was just laying on the ground doing nothing instead of the other people throwing elbows like they used to do.
Can we just finish turning Seth heel? We've been teasing it for how long now? He's been driven mad by his crazy wardrobe.
I know that he said him and Becky used to try to compete to have the most outrageous wardrobe, but he can stop that now.
There's something poetic about Punk countering a buckshot lariat.
Yeah.
I did appreciate Rollins coming out last night in his tribute to the Arby's oven mitt, though. That was fun.
That was tremendous.
I didn't see that.
Okay, well, we're hopefully everyone's caught up. Hopefully everyone's caught up here, but we're one step closer to Punk getting his WrestleMania main event.
I just saw the buckshot thing you mentioned, and there you go.
Yeah, sorry to spoil it.
That's okay.
Gratifying.
I thought we'd be all synced up here. This is supposed to be all streaming
close.
at the same time.
No.
Gratifying.
Yeah, I saw Punk over Logan, so Logan's out.
That's one thing I do miss about the old days when TV shows were on and everybody was synced up because of broadcast television, like Saturday Night's Main Event or Raw. Yeah. Later on, Raw was just on a TV station and there was no, wait, I'm not there yet.
You know, it's funny. My wife and I have been going through Big Bang Theory, and we're on like the last season now. I didn't realize it went 12 seasons, but it went from that era when people could do the water cooler talk, and that's what they were doing a lot during the show. And then they did a little gag in one of the last episodes early in season 12 where they're trying to find a show to talk about, but everyone's watching something different. And like that is so spot on for the streaming era. And that was 2018, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaz has one. Seth becomes the villainous Mugatu from Zoolander. He's not far off now. He's getting there.
Well, here's a good topic of discussion while we're watching a pretty good sequence here. Most devastating finisher in wrestling.
Heart punch.
The eraser. Every Booker's got one.
DDT was up there. It was cruel but fair. But Burning Hammer. Kenta Kobashi's Burning Hammer. I love how he only used it 7 times or 13 times in his life, something like that. It wasn't his finisher. He only busted it out every 3 years or something. Burning Hammer. Inverted, for people who don't know, Burning Hammer was an inverted fireman's. What was the Dreamer driver? What was that called? Fireman's carry driver?
Isn't that the Death Valley driver?
Death Valley driver. That's what I was thinking. Inverted Death Valley driver. Yeah. Guy's upside down.
I would say from a mathematical standpoint, it's been proven that Razor Ramon's Razor's Edge. Because he never actually did it in a match that he knew he was going to lose.
Right.
Like he would set up and the way that match, of course, you're picking the guy up over, and he'd let them wiggle out. So they wouldn't actually take the move in matches he lost.
Right. Smart. And I don't think anyone ever kicked out of the DDT except Taker.
Right.
Jake was doing it. He protected that.
Funny you mention that because Tombstone would be a good candidate as well.
That's another one.
For a long time. Anyway.
Great sequence here. Great fight sequence.
Yeah, like hugs.
Great. I shouldn't say sequence. Great fight.
Yeah, there you go.
Between Punk and Cena. Or I should say Punk and Cena.
So I was just going to say the Beverly Brothers, the Beverly Brothers tag team finisher. Have you ever seen that one?
That wasn't a finisher. That was murder. That wasn't a finisher. The Shaker Heights spike. That was murder. Lanny Poffo was their manager, and he got asked about that one time. What'd you think of the Beverly Brothers finisher? And Lanny was just like, disgusting. They took advantage of young men.
Between that and The Worm by Scotty Tuhati.
Before there was the RKO out of nowhere, there was, of course, the Diamond Cutters. So,
yep.
That unpredictability.
Yep. The DDT was the same thing. He would just snap that off sometimes out of nowhere. Yeah, I got to go with DDT. That one, when I was growing up, of all, lots of moves were devastating. Orndorff's pile driver, Hogan's leg drop, the Warrior gorilla press, slam and splash. But DDT was he's out. Because the guy's taking it. It was never a case of hook the leg and the guy's trying to wiggle
crappy STF.
Like the guy wasn't trying to wiggle out of a DDT. Every guy that took a DDT was unconscious. That's what set it apart, just like the Tombstone.
If you want to talk tag team finishers, Legion of Doom with their
Doomsday Device. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Heart
There,
Attack.
too.
Heart Attack was great too.
Like the Beverly Brothers, it's them taking advantage of young men.
I think though, Animal took care of them a lot more by like rotating them fully, and they usually fell on their stomach. It wasn't that dangerous, except for that one
True.
poor Godwin who fell on his head.
Right? Yeah. Animal was the professional of the two.
So we've got another guy who's just sleeping in the corner here while this is going on.
Yeah, like the old thing was when you're not the main focus of the match, you're just in the background throwing elbows. So there's still something happening, but
yeah,
the whole laying down till it's your turn is just weird.
I guess it's good that you're getting your second wind, right? It's a rest spot.
You know, if it was once or twice during the match, I'd be okay with it. But it's
a lot. It's a bit much.
We're down to 3 or 4.
I'm
Wow.
okay with it because we're not going to get a ton of opportunities to get Cena Punk even for 10 minutes. So,
Nah. Well, just get rid of Seth and then make it an actual one-on-one for the final.
yeah, but it's not the hot story. Punk and Seth is the hot story. Like I think Cena goes out next, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think Cena's going over.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's just he's a jobber.
Cena's going to be the only guy to actually retire while winning his match.
Buckle bomb. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. There was an accident outside.
Oh no.
What was the name of
Scott
was Scott Steiner's finisher in the early '90s when he would do that pile driver where he like let go of the guy? That was crazy.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, the Steiner screwdriver.
It started as a vertical suplex and then he dropped him into a Orndorff sit down pile driver. It was insane. And apparently he never hurt anyone. Like some guys have done interviews who took it and they were like, yeah, man, Scotty was so freakishly strong. He grabbed you on the way down and then his thighs also shielded you. Like you didn't feel anything. It's kind of like Brock, how Brock would throw people around, but he's so strong. He just puts you where you need to be.
Part of me still feels like I missed out by not being able to go to Scott Steiner's showings in Ackworth, Georgia.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that today, actually. It's a shame it shut down.
Yeah. The last couple of years I've been making regular trips to Atlanta. It would have been a nice little stopping point, but it was already shut down.
It would be pretty cool if Scotty just went to like the nearby McDonald's and just did his thing there. Talked to fans there.
Did you ever see the interview where someone was interviewing about like a shooting that happened? And it's just like, is it shoot name and it's a murder witness? And he's just talking like a regular person. It's so weird.
Right.
Well, he's a highly educated
university.
He went to a highly educated university.
Oh. Wade Barrett joining the stream.
Yeah. I think we can hear.
Thank you, Wade.
We can hear your feed, Bob.
We've been
demonetized. Bad
demonetized.
news.
I'm getting deja vu listening to Bob's feed. Yeah, I feel like I just heard that 30 seconds ago.
Oh no. Here, let me do a gimmick here. This might help.
Whoa. Yeah, that's better.
There we go. Okay. I moved the mic away and killed it a second.
Yeah, that's better. I mean, I just hope Punk doesn't get hurt. Like I like Punk.
Me too.
I really, really like Punk, and he's great promo, great matches. He's just brilliant in the ring for psychology.
He's a
But he
modern
just-
Roddy Piper.
But he keeps getting hurt. Like
He's brittle as glass.
It's sometimes I don't. They make a big deal out of this is Cena's last year. I gotta feel like this is more or less Punk's last year too. We're just not marketing it exactly that way, but
In terms of full time, these guys can do one shots for another decade or two, but in terms of full time on the road, oh no.
I mean, I could even see him hanging around like Stone Cold did at the end and give him some BS authority spot or something. But
yeah,
he would be a fun babyface general manager, Punk, would he not? But I think that they're trying to get away from that gimmick, except for when Rock feels like it. But that's a whole other discussion.
Matthew Henning, I wonder any relation to Larry the Axe and Mr. Perfect Kurt and Mike McGillicuddy. Shaker Heights Spike by the Beverleys, he thinks is one of the most devastating, or Coco Beware's Ghostbuster. That was that brainbuster Coco did.
I mean, you never saw it, so I guess it was pretty protected.
Speaking of Coco Beware, there was a good Macho Man meme going around yesterday on the X, where they were saying Macho Man would yell at anybody, and there he is yelling at Frankie the Bird. Ringside.
Orndorff's pile driver was a great one too. I love the setup he would always do. And I forget what company it is, but there's a company doing those Hasbro style figures, and they're doing an Orndorff.
Is it the Faces and Heels?
I don't know what company it is. There's a couple of companies doing Hasbro style, but whatever company is doing Orndorff, they gave him hands like this, and his action feature is this. When you push the button or the lever, he does this, which is like the thing he would do before he would do a pile driver. He'd call it, right? Should I pile drive him? So that was a nice touch.
Yeah, I like that Mattel started doing the retro figures again.
Okay, are we all caught up here?
Yeah,
we're down to the final two. Final two.
Yeah.
We get Punk and Cena, as it should be.
I think it's Cena because Punk just took 2 guys out.
Well, anyone want to change their pick? We could change it on the fly. How's that for a dusty finish?
Yeah, I'm going to pull for Cena since nobody else is.
Yeah,
you can literally
come on, Cena.
You can change it right before the 3 count. 1, 2. I'm going Cena. 3. Oh.
Don't trust the handshake.
Handshake in wrestling doesn't mean anything.
I mean, they hugged it out earlier in the match. We don't need to play that again.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
Oh. Well, he's going to kick out of this because it's only fair.
I love how our feeds are all over the place. I think me and Mag are ahead of everybody, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because we're closest to Toronto.
It's your Canadian technology.
It's maybe that's it. It's like because we're the closest, the signal hits us first. Simple.
I just saw Jade Cargill attack Naomi.
Oh, you're ahead into the replay already. Wow.
We
We
did that bit already, Bob. Come on.
I'm in the media scrum. I'm in the media scrum. That's
I just saw Buddy Rogers take it anyway.
Some
nerd
ex Triple H about Vince McMahon lawsuits.
It's a really nice.
Khan will hire him.
Really nice vest Rock is wearing. I'm really ahead now.
So Seth is going to screw Punk out of winning this match somehow.
What?
And that's going to set up Mania.
No. Why'd I change my pick?
This is just too easy.
Hooray,
friends.
Cena!
Too easy, friends.
I changed my pick. Magnum. Magnum, you've swept it tonight.
Clean sweep.
Well, no, Cody could still say yes.
That just proves you don't have to have a working microphone to get everything right.
Magnum can sell the
Gimmick Mike to victory.
You can sell the RTW Western States Heritage title to get a new mic.
You'll soon find it at the nearest Value Village / Savers.
Yeah, he's gonna pawn it.
That's
The
disappointing.
victory speech afterwards. I'd like to thank God.
Why did I change my pick? Because I can still change my pick, right?
No, it's over now.
It's a dusty
Wait, is
finish.
anybody still behind? If they're still
Here.
behind, you can still change.
I mean,
You could change
we
your
will
pick.
we will allow it if you
You'll
change your pick.
still be
How's
far
this?
behind, brother.
How's this for a dusty finish?
If you change your pick to Priest, it's all good.
I'm changing my pick to Cena. I'm changing this to Bianca. No.
When you got the book, you can do stuff like that.
Well, that's right, baby. That's right. Ah, well. So what do you guys think? It's Cena
Yeah,
and Cody.
I'm disappointed. I don't think Cena needs it. But then again, that's the thing. Nowadays, with a million stars and also with The Rock throwing all these wrenches in the works, we don't even know. It might necessarily not even be Cena versus Cody for all we know.
That's true.
Maybe they'll put Punk in there, but now Punk's got to go. Does Punk need to wrestle Seth for the millionth time in the last year? Roman's got his issue with Seth too. So it's what are we? Some people think there's a Punk Seth Roman through there's a million choices. I mean, none of them don't make sense though. So it's good.
No one has mentioned that little promo that Cena cut at the press conference after Royal Rumble with like shades of heel turn, where he was saying, I'm going to keep this short. I'm not taking any questions. Me wrestling for the title at WrestleMania is what's best for business. It doesn't sound humble, but it's what's best for business. And he was coming off as a D-bag.
Yeah.
So are they going to do it? Are they going to set up a heel turn?
I don't think so. I think The Rock wants to keep the attention for himself.
Why would he cut a
The match
promo
he's not
then,
in.
saying that what's best for business is me in the main event winning the belt?
I think Cena's just being goofy. Cena, because he was the second to last guy, or the last guy eliminated in the Rumble, rather. And it was just like, I'm really disappointed about it. So I'm just going to say something crazy and weird and wacky and not take questions. And I'm going to be in the chamber. And
No.
it gets you talking about the chamber because the next day they started talking about qualifying chamber matches. So this way they could at least put up a graphic and be like, look, here's one of the guys in this show. He's a huge star. I think Cena, he just had a wacky Cena reach around your elbow to get to your wrist type of way to say he was in a chamber.
I don't know. I kind of go with Dirk because after Rollins hit that curb stomp there, Cena just basically ran to Punk, grab him, and pinned him. The old Cena would be like, "Oh my God, I can't do this." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I think you're remembering Cena. I mean, Cena was the good guy, the unstoppable good guy, but he was also kind of a jerk.
Like Hulk Hogan and everything back in the day.
Right.
What's is this all going to blend together? Cody's coming.
I guess so.
Cody's coming out, and Cena. I guess they're going to do. That's why the promo segment's on last, because it's kind of connected to the match.
Well, I figured Rock wanted to have to go home, but that works too.
The Rock's here pre-recorded.
Live via
That'd be
satellite.
amazing. That'd be amazing.
It's fantastic.
The final boss goes on last. How about not even like a recording? What if it was a tweet? What if it was just a tweet?
It got filmed at catering from a movie.
That'd be amazing.
He just shows an old clip from like 2001 Rock cutting a promo, just updating the words with Cody Rhodes.
It's just Brian Gewirtz with jar of pee.
What? This
Never
is
mind.
The Rock's pee. Okay, The Rock's pee goes on last.
The Rock's pee is Cody's soul.
Oh.
Now you talk to the pee. I'm going to put this jar in the ring, and you tell this P your answer. We've been going 3 hours. I'm going to need neck surgery from chainmail.
Well, Rock will be on in the last match or the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, but at the end of night 1 of WrestleMania, it'll be the Rock's P. That's what you get in night 1.
Yeah, that's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this year, I believe. It's from Mattel.
The Rock's P.
They're going to reflect a spotlight off of
Mattel Elite Rock's P.
Right up to the sign.
Worst Mattel creations ever.
Yeah.
It'll sell like hotcakes.
Sell out in 5 minutes. What?
The lights didn't go down or anything.
Who's this person?
I think the running lady.
I don't even know who this is.
Oh, is this that Travis guy? Yeah, it's that guy.
Is he a singer? Rapper?
Yeah, Travis Scott.
Why does he have a
the
belt?
kids like him.
FYI, Drake's in the front row, so maybe something's going to happen there too.
Why does he have a belt?
Here.
What does he have to do with any of this?
I thought
Is that a hardcore title? Like an old one?
I thought Drake was assassinated at the Super Bowl.
Dirk, you don't remember the Rap and Wrestling Connection from 1985, 84?
Rap and wrestling. Oh,
they're bringing it back 40 years later. No, I'm joking.
He's
that
the
happened
Rock.
around 2000.
I think he's got a can of something, Bob. You think it's the Rock's P?
He's got the Rock's P.
Oh,
he's fueled by.
Oh no!
Got to test for steroids.
We didn't have that on the spreadsheet.
For a second, I was leaving the Rock hanging with a fist bump there.
We didn't.
Like, what's that energy drink that WWE is sponsored by, or they have their own energy drink? WWE, it's
Logan Paul drink,
of it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they got Prime, which I don't think is an energy drink.
Not Prime, but there's a different one though that isn't Prime. Prime is Logan's, but
is it Real American Beer, which I noticed does not have a place in the ring tonight?
Not that one, but that tastes the same as Rock's P, I'm sure.
I think it's a primary ingredient.
I think the Rock's P might taste better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. What is that guy drinking?
It's
Imagine
just
if Roddy Piper.
It's just a tall can of Sprite.
If you smell what my piss is cooking.
To add on to what Draws is saying about Homelander versus Peacemaker, you also have Black Adam here.
How did we get on Rock's P?
It's my fault. That one's entirely my fault.
No, it's
Wait
brilliant.
Did you see that I want your soul sign with the yellow jar?
Bob
is he going to make him drink
subverting the whole thing?
Is that how you get? Is that how he gets Cody's soul, by making Cody drink the pee?
Yes, it's like, you remember the Holy Grail with Indiana Jones?
Yes, I do. Arguably the greatest movie ever made.
Cody has to basically pick which cup it actually has Rock's pee in it and drink from the pee, and then he gets how he gives his soul away to the Rock
to get an everlasting career.
It's a cinematic match.
So if you get the wrong pee, then you become decrepit.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
You choose poorly.
Yeah, he booked himself into the main event. It's not even a match.
Right.
Pee on a pole match at WrestleMania. John
Cena versus Cody Rhodes. A match that's about him that he's not in is what he did. This arrogant turd, I wish would go away. Honestly.
Do you guys think he's going
he's
to
on the board?
Do you think he's going to wrestle at this year's WrestleMania?
No.
Or no?
He got hurt after last year's match. There, and someone's not telling you something. He got hurt pretty bad. He tore all his muscles because he's not taking the same pee test as everybody else, because he gives his pee to Brian Gortz in the gym.
I think his last full one-on-one was at WrestleMania 29, which I had the joy of experiencing live.
Yeah, 6 seconds with Eric Rowan.
That was a
doesn't
great
really
match.
count.
Outstanding match. I love that match.
No, it was him and Cena, part 2.
There you go.
But he tore his abdomen during that match, and that's when he said he was going to hang it up.
Right.
No, he wrestled Eric Rowan in 2016.
That's true.
WrestleMania. They rang a bell, and there was a maneuver, and he hit a bonus match.
That doesn't count.
Sure, it does. They rang a bell, and then there was a 3 count. They rang a bell again.
That's a match, technically.
So
He's gonna
it wasn't
cut down
sanctioned.
for the P.
It was sanctioned because the lights were on.
Right.
He
As
tore
long as-
something in that too, but then they just peed on it, and he
I
was
think they're
better.
going to
Well,
kiss.
They turned the lights off and had him pee in the dark, and then it was everywhere. So they never do that again.
So we're either going to see Cody and The Rock team up and beat down Cena, or The Rock and Cena team up and beat down Cody. But notice the detail. Cody is wearing that gold. I don't think he usually has that gold chain on his vest. He's looking kind of fancy.
Oh, it's a loving cradle.
He's looking
It does
kind of
seem
fancy. They're teasing that he's going to become the corporate champion.
Why is Travis Scott here? I still don't. He's just there.
Well, Rock's not going to carry his own pee.
That's why.
It's the final boss.
That's what Brian Gertz was.
Well, he's got a bucket in the back.
Yeah, he's got like a wine cellar, but just
Got the cooler.
Travis Scott is like The Rock's bodyguard. You know, he needs the help.
More like
He's clearly here to take out Cena at the knees.
What's with bodyguards being smaller than the guys they're guarding?
they can be thrown easier.
good point.
Oh, okay.
He's coming at you. Press.
It wasn't Dave Chappelle $1 Million Man's bodyguard in the late 80s?
Oh, I don't know.
R.I.P. Virgil.
I missed the promo here. Is he just basically repeating?
Give me your answer if you want. If so, I want your soul.
I mean, when you phrase it that way, I want your soul.
Wait, is Rock playing Shang Tsung in the next Mortal Kombat movie?
It sounds a little sinister. That's all I'm saying.
And John Cena played Noob Saibot, whatever.
Oh, right. The backwards name.
Yeah.
Cena's reaction is priceless.
Drum roll, please.
What?
Did you see that sign that said "It smells"? Saying.
The soul belongs to the fans. I know what's coming. Come on. I've read this promo.
And the American dream, baby. Whoa.
Dirk, you said this was PG. What the hell, man?
What the hell is right? Well, they're in Toronto. It's not a swear word here. I'm thinking of the American audience.
Well, it wasn't bleeped on Peacock.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're allowed an F-bomb, right? They're allowed one F-bomb per show. I
The final
believe.
boss is there. I guess they can do whatever they want.
But yeah, hopefully none of our mics pick that up. Wouldn't be the first time though. Don't sweat it.
Gasp.
It's
I have to go put on my
what is-
pearls so I can clutch them.
what's the phrase? Progress, not perfection, guys. we need a swear incident board. 0 swears in the last minute.
We've just been demonetized again. Play the theme song, Mike.
Oh, where is it?
Is Rock going to throw Travis Scott at Cody?
Our theme song.
Handshake.
That's weird. I didn't hear it. What the? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wait a minute.
That damn dog, Dirk. That damn dog.
We'll
Oh, now he has a heel turn.
We'll wait a few seconds here just so that everyone gets caught up, right? Are we all shocked?
Mildly.
Well, that was a clean sweep. Oh man. I told you.
So shades of Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17, but
I told you
earlier.
that promo, it's best for business. It just was so out of character. And whoa, not Dusty's watch. That's Dusty's watch. That's a replica of Dusty's watch. It's just like the real one in the back. It's just like the real one he has at home. Okay. Now WrestleMania is interesting. You guys are a little more interested in WrestleMania now.
I mean, it's Mania. I always have it'll be decent.
But it matters more.
The whole fact they say he's staying for the whole year makes it less like interesting, I guess.
Oh, so does that mean he's winning the belt? And it's a chase.
And then he keeps it for like 6 months and then loses that Survivor Series and retires or something? Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Well, it's kind of shades of Vince and Austin joining forces, but it's not like Cena was that over. I mean, he was over. People like him, but it's not heartbreaking. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, this makes him 10 times more interesting.
Exactly, like the final boss, right? We said earlier in the night. It's like the difference between Happy Rock, happy to be here, and final boss.
And you also have the rivalry from Cena and Rock, which I'm sure carries on into the Fast and Furious franchise.
I think it's more like he knows he can't do it on his own to win that final title to break the record. So he needs to sell his pee to The Rock.
And there's also a redemption arc in here for him later. Right?
Well, yeah.
Like he's ultimately going to save Cody from The Rock later.
Good job.
Wow.
Oh, he might get fired like Daniel Bryan did like so many years ago.
Wouldn't that be crazy? WWE has wishes John Cena the best in his future endeavors.
I guess necktie violence is allowed now.
He can do it, man. Cena can play a nasty heel. He just hasn't wanted to. But I just had a feeling this golly gee gosh, I'm retiring. It's great to. It's been
You're
nice
calling that.
Where's Goldust coming out to save him?
Goldust is under contract with another company.
Yeah, those checks are still clearing. So
yeah, I don't think they got
big bro won't be coming tonight.
Goldust would be terrified to see people on the other side of the hard cam.
What about Sapphire? Is she still around? No,
she's
very dead.
She's not with us.
Okay, I didn't know that. Damn.
No, she got it.
She's alive in the past, but now she's not.
Marlena's gonna come out and help.
She's still alive in Bob's feet, apparently.
That's true.
You're on Peacock, right, Bob?
I'm on the cock, yeah.
Yeah. Why is it so latent, lagging?
Because it's American television, and they're always afraid of cursing.
Oh, so it's on
of the children.
Oh, so
nothing's you guys got on mine though.
But you got the F-bomb that Cody dropped.
Right. But
yeah, Michael Cole says
man, this is
just
big.
Saying.
Rock and Cena together, that's big. That's a two-man power trip type of thing.
They're 100 years old,
combined.
A little over.
Aren't we all?
I mean,
we're probably like 10,000 years all combined here. Except for the kid Magnum, who's 19?
Well, that Travis Scott makes less and less sense standing there, doesn't he?
I just got my first sip of alcohol at the club last night.
Congrats.
He took a taxi because he's not old enough to drive.
Right. He doesn't have headlights on his bike, so he's got to take one home.
Mag isn't that young, but he's not that old either.
I know my age because I know what year WrestleMania is. Then I know my age.
In our group in New Japan, he was like the 1, 2, 3 kid. He was the X-Pac of the group.
That's the kind of heat I get these days too.
We call him the kid.
Good old X-Pac heat.
We're waiting on the comments here.
Could they take the number one baby face and just like piss in his mouth any further? My God.
The live chat's loving this.
Travis is drinking so much of The Rock's piss the whole night. He just keeps drinking it.
Magnum was the cross between X-Pac and King Kong Bundy. He was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kid. Nice bell bottoms on The Rock, by the way. Very
Executive producer Paul Levesque.
Is that Michael Cole checking on him? I think.
Wow. Hope you had a great night, Toronto.
Right, exactly at the 3.5 hour mark. I was like watching Titanic.
Wow. Amazing.
Except it didn't sink at the end of this one. Oh, there's an after credits. Does Netflix have the Cody crawling around the ring still?
Yeah.
I shut it off. Let me go back in. Is it still going?
It's on Peacock. I got Cody.
On my stream, I goes, something went wrong. Sorry, we're having trouble with your request. You'll find lots to explore on the homepage of Netflix, and it's a picture of a cake in the background.
Yeah, I think that's typical for. Anyway, that was well, let's first of all congratulate Magnum GR. He is the inaugural undisputed retro pro what is it called? Retro Wrestling Tribe Western States Heritage champion. Congratulations, Mag.
Thank you, sir, and don't you forget about it.
We'll get you next time, brother.
We'll be sending you the belt in the mail.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Problem is, it's coming from the States, though, so that's going to come with like a $700 tariff on it.
Right. I mean, shoot, just postal service. That's at least $85 right there.
Who's our Intercontinental champion here? Who got the second most?
I don't think any of us. I'm 3-2, so that's not really like. Is anyone 4-1?
I think I'm the European champion out of this.
You know what? I'm the booker. I'll take the Intercontinental title, even though I only got one. Wait, I got two. No, that's not right.
You have to go down to Brazil to get it.
You got the European title.
Ironically, the down here in the States on the cock, the first advertisement right after Cena as a heel is for some show called Traders featuring Nikki Bella. I'm not kidding. But it is, though. That's really what it's some reality game show thing. I don't know what it is, but there's just something so odd about after all that and Nikki Bella smiling at us immediately after, like I told you so.
Yeah.
Right, I've got Michael Cole and Wade Barrett with a bloody Cody Rhodes in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So that is I'm disappointed in John Cena's behavior.
I for one am shocked. Shocked, I say.
It is disappointing behavior. I think he should go home and think long and hard about his decision tonight.
Yeah.
On his bet of money.
Did they say, can I get a never give up towel? I want to get one for my elimination chamber. They sell, I'm sure they sell those. They must sell them.
I believe they're half off or shipping is free if you get it off WWEshop.com tonight.
I was just going to say the website. Yeah, WWEshop.com.
Anyone know if there's a promo code for WWEshop.com?
Not specifically, but if you enter the promo code Bob Squad, nothing happens.
Nothing happens. There you go. Let's wrap this up with what was your favorite match or spot of the night? Let's kick it off with Bob.
I'm going to call me crazy. Maybe I'm being woke AF or whatever, but I'm going to say for just the match, the Women's Chamber for me over-delivered. The story of the Women's Chamber over-delivered. The ending was of this whole entire spiel with Cena, Rock, Cody was shocking and this, that, and the other thing. But I would say I expected a very paint-by-numbers, predictable, do some unforgettable things and yada, yada. And over-delivery and some payoffs and answers to questions I didn't think we were going to get. So pleasantly surprised with the Women's Chamber.
Okay, Simone Mike.
I have to go with KO and Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah,
Those guys. I mean, talk about over delivering.
it was
This
literally stunning.
Yeah,
I was stunned into silence at how good it was at some points.
Yeah, it's the king of the mid card feuds, right? Because they don't trust either of them to ever have a real title on them again.
It was Savage Steamboat.
They don't need the title.
It was
But
exactly like
it
Savage
didn't
and
need it.
Steamboat.
Because these two guys, Kevin Owens is doing some of the best character work in all of wrestling right now. And Sami Zayn is, as somebody noted before, the perpetual underdog. So that by itself, and then you throw in that these are two guys who have been wrestling one another for almost 2 decades, and
Allegedly,
magic is made.
I mean, it's never been definitively proven that Sami Zayn is El Generico.
I didn't
I
say
think
anything
it is
about
though. I think it actually just is the same guy with a similar mask.
We don't want to get sued here. We don't want to get sued here.
I'm throwing that out. I'm not even counting the El Generico matches.
Oh, okay.
Well, with Stephen P. New on my side, I don't think I have to worry.
Stephen P. New?
Stephen P. New. That's the official lawyer of the Cult of Cornette.
Again with the P.
Yeah, more P.
Mag, favorite match or spot of the night?
Well, I missed out on that Big E throwing Canadian pastries, or else that would have been it. But I'll just say I really like the. I'll go with the spot. I'll go with the blue thunder bomb on that barbed wire chair, where he didn't even go through the chair. Like that chair held his 275-pound body weight. That was a nut. That was a crazy spot. I like that.
Was that the first Blue Thunder Bomb that ever mattered? Although he did pin someone with Blue Thunder Bomb a few weeks ago, right? I think he beat The Miz with it. Yeah. So it was like.
I remember they always used to say when he does it, he doesn't grab the leg enough to get the pin.
Okay. Hollywood.
Whew. Well, I think match of the night was easily Owens and not Generico. Nothing could have topped that. Sleeper of the night was the women's tag. Sorry to Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, who's been grossly underused in WWE.
Mrs. Same Face.
Right. But it's nice to see her get some run.
Yes. She's been losing a lot lately. I'm very sad. But
hey, losing on TV is better than winning on not TV.
It's true. So. Better. But having Cena finally do the heel turn that people have been asking for since 2007 was kind of nice.
It's best for business.
It was best for business.
I think it is literally best for business. It makes it more interesting. It's the most interesting choice.
I agree that Cody needed a heel to wrestle. Even though I was hoping for Cody Punk and I kind of wanted it, I still did feel like, oh God, Cody against a heel Punk or Cody against another big legendary babyface like Punk or Cena. They're going to start turning on Cody a bit.
I think Punk's still selling too much merch though.
What's that?
Punk's still selling too much merch to go heel.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't think Punk was going heel for a second, or Cena, quite honestly. But I think either way, for just WrestleMania, especially the first one after the big Roman victory last year, I think Punk needed a heel, and I guess he's got one. And I feel like Rock is almost there to make sure we boo Cena, because I think if Cena did this alone, Cena's still going to get a lot of cheers because he's John Cena. Right. I think Rock is there to just kind of take the piss out of the whole Cena thing.
You and the Rock's pee again. My God, man.
He also sprinkled a little of that final boss magic on Cena.
Sprinkle.
So instead of he tinkled a little bit onto Cena. So it's not just he
got a couple of shakes worth.
Yeah, I'm not a bitter legend.
It's bitter.
And you know what? Watching Cena do that reminded me a lot of when Andre turned heel and when Hogan turned heel. It's in the same vein, been around forever, loved by the fans, the legend, and then angry, bitter douchebag with a jar of pee. Well,
that was Travis Scott's job.
So Rock being there takes him from Andre and Hogan, I did it for the money, I'm greedy, I'm selfish, to but also cool. This is going to be cool and fun, not just evil heel. So that's cool. My favorite match of the night was me versus this chainmail. My forehead and ears versus the chainmail.
How much of it is still in the chainmail?
It's I think I'll be carrying the scars for as long as Abdullah the Butcher is carrying his. Yeah, the chainmail is undefeated.
Oh wait, just breaking! I just sorry guys. I just went to WWE.shop.com. They already have a new T-shirt out. It says, "If you mess with the final boss, you're in trouble."
Really?
No,
I
made that up.
Oh, please.
Uh,
This person is shocked that. Yeah, I mean everyone's going to be shocked. Draws, glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us, and Gaz too, and everybody else that joined us tonight in the stream. This has been an epic stream, almost 4 hours. Let's go to bed.
Yes, it's late.
All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Is Brock going to return? Hard to say, but thanks everyone for joining. Thanks, and maybe we'll be back for WrestleMania. We'll see how my forehead heals up.
get those stitches, man.
All righty. Good night.